the matchups in Class 3A going down the list here, and I don't think there's a matchup that contains as much tradition as the West Delaware Hawks and Solon Spartans. So it's going to be a fun game tonight. The field's in beautiful shape. The weather is absolutely perfect. So it's going to be just a battle of who can impose their will on the other team, and hopefully that's the West Delaware Hawks.
As Bill Logan joins us from the West Delaware sideline, Bill, try to get Bill hooked up here. If he can talk into it there, we apologize for that. I'm not sure you're on, Bill. Try to get, there we got him.
There we go.
All right, Bill, I tell you what, you mentioned it last night. We've had some crazy weather for the high school football season this year. Last week it was rainy, it was cold. Today it's 61 degrees, and that means that hopefully that Hawk offense will continue to heat up.
Yeah, there's probably only two games all year long now, so we're better weather than this. So what an outstanding night, and this is where you'd like to have it here, with just simply the fact of the kids coming out. What's big here tonight for both teams, and two very physical teams. And in my opinion, what they talked about in the locker room, who's going to be the most physical team is liable to be out on top here at the end of the night.
And the Hawks look ready to go again, and you got to you get a second game here at home, and if you keep winning, depending on how things match up, you could have a third one at home, and that's a testament to winning out through your regular season.
It is, but they're not even thinking about that. All they're thinking about is number 11. They got to get to win number 11. Nothing else matters. We got to go take care of business tonight, so just go on and take care of the guy across from you, and if you can beat him and the other 10 guys do that, good things are going to happen. So that's what they're talking about, is teamwork tonight, and just everybody get after them. 2, 3, 4 guys tackling. When you tackle the second, third guy in, and go and strip the ball, create turnovers. Just really got the guys. They're very, very focused.
Absolutely. Bill, have a good call tonight, buddy. Boy, good luck down there.
All righty, have fun, guys.
Bill Logan down on that West Delaware sideline, as he is every football game for us, as we'll have to get that figured out before this game goes on. Maybe put the red light on, Bill. We're try to check this. Right there is fine. If you're off, are you off right now? We'll get her figured out for you tonight, folks. The Hawks will receive the opening kick as we take a look at this West Delaware offense.
And Jamie on that front five that have done a great job, pushed their way for almost 2,800 yards rushing. Colin Weber, Blake Schrader, Sam Johnson at the center, Colin Brown and Spencer Barron. Max Ridenauer comes in as the starting quarterback, just having a fantastic year both on the ground and through the air. Coy Russell, about 50 yards short of 2,000 yards, so we hope he hits that tonight. Sam Maloney, second in the state in receiving at one wide receiver with Tyler Kelly, Owen Ward, John Nagel as the tight end. So that Hawk offense averaging about 40 points a game, Jamie.
When you mentioned Coy Russell, 50 yards away from 2,000, he's also only 58 yards away from Alex Boom's single-season record set back in 2005 of 2,008 rushing yards. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. On the defense for the Spartans up front, Spencer Lawson, Tanner Weimer, Cole Fritz, and Tyler Linderbaum. The linebackers for Solon are Bo Black, Dylan Diltz, Jacob Coons, and the defensive backs are Sam McNutt, Halston Durham, Brandon Childs, and Nate Christensen. As we will see the Spartans kick off, Brandon Childs will do the kicking duties here for the Spartans, as the Hawks will take the field. As deep to receive for West Delaware is going to be Kyle Curley and Owen Ward. We got about a minute left until this game can officially get underway. As what a great atmosphere here tonight. You can tell the weather's better here tonight, as this side of the West Delaware side of the field is currently packed, as the West Delaware Hawks come onto the field with their home uniforms, the gray tops, the black numbers with the orange outlines, black pants, and gray helmets with the black WD in it. The Solon Spartans come in their away white jerseys with black numbers and orange outline, white pants, and black helmets with the Spartan logo right on the side, as we are ready to go. As Brandon Childs will come set to kick this thing off and get this second round playoff game underway here from Brown Field. As we mentioned, 61 degrees. Very beautiful evening here, as a little pooch kick here by the Spartans. Brandon Childs is going to be returned by one of the upmen. I believe this is Troy Monahan on the return for the Hawks. It is. He's going to bring it up right to the 40-yard line before he's going to be brought down and the Hawks will start with it 1st and 10.
And nice job there, just getting the ball and not doing anything fancy. Got it, kept it close to his body, advanced it, and the Hawks now start with really good field position, Jamie. It's their own 40-yard line, so let's hope this offense can get going with Max and Coy and that offensive line really setting the tone early.
Absolutely, as the Hawks will come set 1st and 10, ball at their own 40-yard line, game just underway. Shotgun formation for the Hawks. Ridenauer hands to Russell. He tries to bounce to the outside. He's trying to get out there. He's got one Solon Spartan wrapped around him, and he's going to bring him down at the 39-yard line as he was brought down out there by Cameron McNutt. As him and Max kind of ran into each other there on the exchange, and Coy tried bouncing to the outside, but McNutt was there, drops him for a 1-yard loss. It's 2nd and 11 for the Hawks from their own 39. 11:30 left to go in this first quarter. Ridenauer will throw on 2nd 11. He's got Owen Ward at the 43. He's going to be driven down right as he caught it by Brandon Childs. And it'll bring up 3rd down here for the Hawks. They're going to spot this ball at the 43. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Hawks. As they quickly come back, this time pistol formation, as Ridenauer waits the snap. He will throw, and now he's going to step up, still looking to throw, and he slips down at the 40-yard line. As Ridenauer slipped up, as I believe it's going to be Cole Fritz credited with the tackle there as he came over and kind of put a hand on Ridenauer as he was going down, but it'll be 4th and 10 as the Hawks back at the line of scrimmage with 10:40 left to go in this first quarter, and the Hawks will punt it away as Max Ridenauer doing the punting duties for West Delaware. Deep to receive for Solon is Halston Durr. Nice punt by Ridenauer. It's going to bounce at the 20-yard line. Durr is going to pick it up at his own 15. He's going to return it, and he's going to be brought down at about the 24-yard line as Coy Russell, Owen Ward are there for the Hawks, and the Spartans will take over 1st and 10, ball at their own. They're going to give him the 25-yard line, so that's where the Spartans will start their first drive. 1st and 10. Up front for the Spartans, Justin Gibbs, Tyler Linderbaum, Dalton Vislachel, Jared Clevenger, Tanner Weimer. Receivers are Grayson Dahl, Nate Christensen, Halston Durr, and Jacob Coons. Running back is Spencer Lawson, and the quarterback is Brandon Childs, as they're going to send a man in motion. As Childs is going to keep it himself up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up. Is coming up and making the stop. As we talk about that West Delaware defense, there's a familiar face on the defense for the Hawks. Max Ridenauer is going to wrap him up at the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 for the Spartans and bring up 2nd down and 6.
And that defense, Jamie, for the Hawks, the front 4, John Nagel, Caleb Sparks, Eric Vasky, and Kyle McGrain. 3 linebackers for the Hawks, Bennett Cole, Colin Weber, and Brett Roush. Secondary, Kyle Curley, Sam Maloney, Max Ridenauer, and Owen Ward in for the Hawks.
2nd down and 6 for Solon, as they're going to hand off up the middle, and flipping up is the running back coming across. That's Spencer Lawson, as he slipped in the backfield, got back to the 30-yard line, as Eric Vasky is going to get credited with a tackle there. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Spartans. 9:29 left to go first quarter. Still scoreless between West Delaware and Solon. Again, 3rd year in a row these two teams have met in the 2nd round of the playoffs. Both teams winning 1, as the Spartans will come up shotgun formation. As Childs looks to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get it out near the 39-yard line, where he's going to be brought down as John Nagel, Max Ridenauer combine on the stop. They'll be short of the 1st down as they needed to get to the 36. They're going to be 2 yards short. 4th down and 2 for Solon. And they send the punt team out as Owen Ward stands back at his own 30-yard line.
Yeah, just a good job there by that Hawk defense, Jamie. Solon did a good job stopping the Hawks. He kind of wanted to return the favor, and the Hawks just did that. So just like with the Hawks, though, their quarterback, Brandon Childs, is also the punter, so you got to kind of be aware of that, especially on these 4th and shorts.
Childs is going to run to his right. He's going to punt it away. Left-footed kicker, kind of a rugby style there. Owen Ward's got to get away from it as it bounces and hits one of the Spartans, as Kyle Curley quickly went over there. That's that first touch rule, as Kyle Curley could have picked that ball up and taken off with it. Even if he fumbles, it goes back to where it was touched by the Spartans. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hawks. Ball at their own 28-yard line. 8:23 left to go first quarter, and our score still 0-0.
And a good job there by Owen to just get away from it. You don't want to create any kind of early turnovers here early on in the game. So nice job by Owen of getting away from it. Now you hope the Hawk offense got a chance. They got out there, got 3 plays in. Let's see if they can get the ball rolling here.
As they'll come set with 2 receivers split out to the far side as they go from our left to right. Ridenauer is going to hand off to Russell. He goes up the middle. He's got it at the 35, 40, cuts to the outside, 45, nearing midfield. He's going to be brought down at the 48-yard line. A nice run there by Coy Russell as Tyler Linderbaum is going to bring him down, but not before a nice first down run by Coy Russell. 1st and 10 Hawks, ball at their own 49.
Amazing how something so small as a good, clean exchange can make the difference in a negative 1 yard and a 21-yard gain.
Again, we had the 1-yard loss by Coy earlier. We'll keep an eye on his record-chasing accomplishments here as he's got it again as he gets to the outside at the 40, 35, cuts back at the 35, and down inside the 33 of Solon. As another nice run there by Coy Russell has gotten the load of this one. He might break the record here on this drive as those are 2 big carries by Coy Russell.
I'd be all right with that. That was a great run by Coy. He continues to try to go outside, and then he cuts it right back in to pick up extra yards.
1st and 10 Hawks. They mark it at the Solon 33-yard line. As they're going to come set in a pistol formation. Ridenauer awaits the snap. He gives it to Russell once again. Coy bounces off of defenders and barrels his way down inside the 30 to the 28 of Solon. And it's going to be a pickup of 5 yards there for Coy Russell to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Hawks.
And you always hear people talk about staying on schedule, and that's a good job. You know, you get 5 yards, 6 yards, you keep yourself in those 2nd down and short situations. So nice job by Coy.
As now they're going to fake the handoff, a read option. Right now, pulled it right at the last second. He's going to keep it himself down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line of Solon. And a nice fake exchange as he given it off to Russell. Russell would have gotten swallowed up in the backfield as they're actually going to mark this at the 18 of Solon. 1st and 10 West Delaware. 7 minutes left to go first quarter. Still scoreless between the Hawks and the Spartans. The Hawks hurry up back to the line. They give it to Russell, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage as meeting him was Tanner Weimer, and he's going to lose a couple there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12 here for the Hawks. Not much doing there for Coy Russell that time.
Well, you know, the Hawk coaching staff, though, it was working to keep it going until they stopped you, and Solon stops in there. But nonetheless, so far the Hawks are piecing together a good drive.
Shotgun formation here for the Hawks as Ridenauer takes a snap. He looks to throw. He's got pressure from behind. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped back at the 25-yard line as Spencer Lawson wraps him up in the backfield for a loss. They're going to mark it at the 24-yard line. So another big loss there for the Hawks is going to bring up 3rd and 16 from the Solon 24-yard line. 6 minutes left to go first quarter. Still no score between the Hawks and Spartans. So now the Hawks got to come up with a big play here. You're in 4-down territory. Pistol formation for West Delaware. They're going to run option, and they're going to pitch it to Owen Ward, who's coming across the middle. He's going to get up to about the 23-yard line. So Solon kind of read that one as it looked like the Hawks were going to run option with Ridenauer and Russell. But at the last second, Max pitched it to Owen Ward, who was coming in motion across the middle. And it'll bring up 4th down and 14, a gain of 2 there for the Hawks. So now empty backfield as Ridenauer stands alone, shotgun formation, 3 receivers at his disposal. As he's going to look to throw, he throws it down the middle, looking for Nagel. He's got him in the end zone. John Nagel from Max Ridenauer, a 22-yard touchdown pass, and the Hawks go up 6-0.
Beautifully thrown ball by Max. You talked about it in the pregame. Max is throwing a nice ball. It's nice and easy. The weather's been conducive for it. John ran a great route just down towards the near sideline here, and Max laid it right out to him. Beautifully thrown ball.
Absolutely. As Aaron Toll will come on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Owen Ward, and it was a line drive kick, but it got through. Hawks lead it 7-0 with 5:19 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware Football Playoff Edition here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Sheer Magic has 3 full-time stylists and a nail tech, plus airbrush makeup, making them your full-service salon in Manchester. Sheer Magic is accepting new clients, and walk-ins are welcome. Come into Sheer Magic today at 813 East Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-4120 to make your appointment today. Go Hawks!
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Back into Brownfield, Hawks lead 7-0 after the 22-yard touchdown pass from Max Ridenauer to John Nagel puts them up 7-0. 5:19 left to go. The Hawks will kick off. Kyle McGrain set to kick off for the Hawks. Deep to receive for Solon is going to be Grayson Dahl, and that went right in and out of the hands of Bill Logan. He had a golden opportunity there to make a catch, but it falls incomplete. But it will be a penalty against the Hawks, an illegal procedure penalty as the ball went out of bounds.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, by the Hawks, 8 plays, 72 yards, took 3 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Max Ridenauer to John Nagel on 4th down for the 22-yard touchdown pass. Puts the Hawks up now with 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Hawks up 7-0.
So the Spartans will get it at their own 35-yard line after that kick out of bounds against the Hawks. So our officiating crew getting their first penalties of the night. We'll discuss the officials right after this as Brandon Childs comes set. They're going to send a man in motion. Childs is going to run it himself, and he's got it. There's penalty markers all over down there as he's going to be brought down at the 50-yard line by Eric Vasky and Brett Rauch as our officiating crew here tonight. Steve Wallace, Randy Kramer, Jeff Roan, Jeff Wachter, and Bruce Wall. Holding against the Spartans will back that play off, so a nice run there.
And the officials had about 3 different guys they could have thrown the holding penalty on there. So nice job by that Hawk defense, again, of flowing to the ball, sideline to sideline. It's extremely difficult to run on the Hawks when you try to go laterally. It's difficult to run on them, and you try to go up north and south too, but especially when you're running
other scores. The Hawks lead 7-0 here as Decorah leads Xavier 7-0 in the first quarter in Cedar Rapids tonight. 5:13 left to go first quarter here. It's 1st and 24 after the penalty, and Childs will come set. He sends a man in motion. That's Halston Dern. He's going to run it himself up the middle, and that's going nowhere. Eric Vasky comes in and breaks that play up at the 22-yard line. So a gain of 1 there will bring up 2nd and 23. Nice job there by Vasky in that defensive front by the Hawks.
Well, Childs is the main guy coming in. He's rushed for 628 yards, thrown for another 613. So he's a dual threat, much like Max. So the Hawks are just doing a good job of keying on him and hopefully making somebody else beat them.
Eric Vasky, 33.5 tackles on the season, 4 fumble recoveries as Childs looks to throw. He's got a man open. This is Nate Christensen at the 29 as he's going to be brought down as the man on coverage there. I believe that was Bennett Cole over there. Kyle Curley on the coverage and the tackle for the Hawks at the 30-yard line of Solon, as that'll bring up 3rd and 15 for the Spartans. A gain of 8 there. They have it at their own 30 with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in this first quarter, and the Hawks lead 7-0. As we come set, Childs is going to roll to his left, looks to throw. Now he's under pressure, going to go back to the other side as there's a penalty marker down. He has a man wide open, as that's Matthew Rader, at about the 40 of Solon, but there is a penalty marker down. As Maloney ran him out of bounds, it's going to be holding against the Spartans. So holding penalty will back him up once again, as the Hawks will accept that penalty. As we'll take this opportunity. We do have a birthday in the press box here tonight, as Corrine Mesher, the West Delaware filmer, videographer for the West Delaware. There you go. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday to Cor.
And I'd like to give my mother a shout-out. It's her birthday today as well, so a couple of very
If she's
well-deserving
not listening,
ladies.
somebody will let her know.
Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely. 3rd and 30 here for the Spartans as that penalty backs them up to their own 15. 3:35 left to go in this first quarter. Childs will pass. Now he pumps. Going to throw it deep, and he's got a man out there. He's got Christensen. And Ridenauer, he was kind of twisted around. His hands were on the left, but he was trying to look, but the ball falls incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th and 30 for Solon as they have the ball at their own 15-yard line. Nice defensive stand there by the Hawks. We mentioned Bennett Cole. Good to see his grandpa, Dave Cole, back in attendance here tonight. There's Dave right down here in front of us to our right. Always glad to have him back in the stands. As Childs will come set to punt. It's 4th and 30 from their own 15-yard line. 3:25 left to go. Childs' left-footed punt is away. It's going to bounce at midfield and take a nice West Delaware bounce. It's going to come back. And the Spartans will pick it up at the West Delaware 49-yard line. And that's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10 here with 3:15 left to go in this first quarter. And the Hawks leading 7-0.
Wow, again, that defense comes through again and pushes Solon back. And what does it do? It provides the Hawks with good field position here on their own 49-yard line. So hopefully we talk about just keeping the momentum going and keeping this offense rolling.
So the Hawks come set, shotgun formation. Ridenauer gives to Russell. He's going to follow Colin Weber out of the backfield, and he's going to cross midfield down to the Solon 46-yard line. And Coy Russell's going to pick up 5 there. And he'll bring up 2nd down and 5 here for the Hawks from the Solon 46. The Hawks lead 7-0 here. Here in the closing seconds of this first quarter. 2:50 left to go in the first quarter. Ridenauer hands off to Russell once again. He slices through the middle to the 41-yard line of Solon. They might mark him back at the 42. They're going to mark him back at the 43-yard line.
Ooh, I don't like
that
that
West
spot.
Delaware crowd doesn't like that spot either.
That's not a good spot.
It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 1 yard here for the Hawks. Ball at the Solon 43-yard line as the Hawks will come set, shotgun formation. One receiver split out each way. Owen Ward in the slot. The fake to Russell. Ridenauer keeps it himself, has it at the 35, runs over defender Nate Christensen, and on his way to the Solon 28-yard line. And another West Delaware first down. Great play by Max Ridenauer.
It's one thing when your offensive line leans on the defensive line and wears them down. Once you start getting your quarterback and your running back pounding on that secondary, that gets deflating, and Max did just that. So nice job by Max.
As Ridenauer will throws across to the right, or to his left, looking for Maloney, but that pass falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. With 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter, the Hawks lead 7-0. As it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for the Hawks. Ball at the Solon 28-yard line. Hawks looking to get down and score again here. As Ridenauer comes set. Fakes the handoff, read option once again, and he's going to get out to about the 26-yard line before he's brought down out there by Trevor Nelson.
Yeah, good play there by Nelson, because if he doesn't make that ankle tackle, Max has got a lot of room on that far sideline. So good job there by Nelson of just wrapping him up by the ankles and bringing him down.
Gain of 2 there by Ridenauer brings up 3rd and 8 for the Hawks. With 1.5 minutes left to go in quarter number 1. Hawks lead 7-0. 2 receivers split out each way for the Hawks as they give us to Russell. He's got it at the 20, cuts back at the 18, and he's going to be brought down around the 15-yard line. Is coming up and making the tackle for the Spartans is Tanner Weimer, but another first down run there by Coy Russell, and that is it. Coy Russell has over 2,000, or the record, as he surpasses Alex Boom's single-season rushing record of 2,008 yards, as Coy has just passed that. Needed 58 to tie Boom, and he has gone past Alex Boom for the record. 1st and 10 Hawks. They're going to fake to Russell, and right now our hands off to Owen Ward. He's got it at the 5, inside the 5, and he's going to be run out of bounds by Nate Christensen. But it's going to be, should be 1st and goal. If not, it's going to be really close.
Looks like he might have got ran out about the 3.
I believe there's a penalty marker down on the far side of the field. Yes, there is. Penalty marker on the field. It's going to be holding against the Hawks. So it'll remain 1st down. We'll see where they spot this ball. I believe it's going to be a spot foul, so it's going to be balls at the 16-yard line. It'll be 1st and about 11 yards maybe for the Hawks. About right back to about the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Hawks as they come set in the pistol formation. Ridenauer hands to Russell up the middle. He cuts back at the 15, has it at the 10, down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line before he's brought down by Halston Durr. But that's going to be a pickup of about 6 yards there. And they're going to mark him down. Yeah, it's a gain of 6 there for Russell. He's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 4. 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the Hawks lead 7-0. Pistol formation here for the Hawks. One receiver split out each way. Kelly and Maloney are those 2 receivers. The give is to Russell. He cuts back, a little counter, and the ball's on the ground. We'll see who's come up with it as there's a pile on that football as Russell put the ball on the ground. And it's going to be 3rd down as it's recovered by the Hawks. Thank goodness.
Crisis averted there.
Absolutely, as the Hawks will have it 3rd down and about 3 here, and that's going to do it for our first quarter. The Hawks lead 7-0. We go to the second. You're listening to West Delaware football here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager of Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at 4browns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Are you looking for great food and a unique atmosphere? Then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home Team at 563-927-3907.
Back into Brownfield, 3rd and 4 for the Hawks. They lead 7-0. They give it to Coy Russell. He's got it. He slices back down near the 5-yard line. It's going to be, I think he's going to be short of the first down. They're going to mark him down about the 6 or 7-yard line. He's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down and 1 here for the Hawks. Just underway, second quarter. Hawks leading 7-0. Ridenauer comes set. Now He's going to give to Russell up the middle, and Coy's going to fight forward enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal as he knifes his way through that defense down inside the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 4. 1st and goal, West Delaware.
And you know that he was going to follow behind Big John Nagel. He lined up in the backfield, kind of like that jumbo package. And it looks like one of the Collins is in there now. I can't tell which one.
It's going to be Colin Weber. They're going to run Ridenauer behind Colin Weber, and he's going to be brought down at the 1-yard line as making the touchdown saving tackle wrapped around the legs of Ridenauer was Trevor Nelson. It'll be 2nd and goal, West Delaware from the 1-yard line. As Ridenauer comes set, again, that power package, they've got Colin Weber lined up in the backfield. Ridenauer again is going to fight for it, and he's into the end zone for the Hawk touchdown. Max Ridenauer from 1 yard out as the Hawks go up 13-0 with 10:51 left to go in quarter number 2.
Nice job there. Credit the offensive line there, Jamie. Converted on that big fourth down there. And then a lot of this was done on the ground, just through ground and pound, and between Coy and Max, and just did a great job.
Aaron Toll on for the extra point. The kick is up. Looks good. It is good. 14-0 West Delaware with 10:51 left to go in quarter number 2. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services would like to congratulate the West Delaware football team on their winning season. Bonenkamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester, proud to support the West Delaware Hawks football team and wish them continued success.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Back in the brown field, this kick is going to be returned by Grayson Dahl, and he's going to be wrapped up by the Hawks, a whole bunch of Hawks in there. Going to bring him down at the 17-yard line, and that's where the Spartans will start their next drive, 1st and 10.
And that last touchdown drive, Jamie, a thing of beauty. 13 plays, 51 yards, took 4 minutes and 36 seconds off the clock. Max Ridenauer with a 2-yard touchdown run puts the Hawks up now 14-0 with 10:44 here in the second quarter.
As Childs will throw a little bubble screen out to Christensen. He's got it, still on his feet, up around the 15-yard line. He's going to be run out of bounds there by Kyle Curley. And that's a nice gain there, as they're going to have it at the 35-yard line. I said the 15. I meant the 35.
I know what you meant.
Gain of 8. Well, the listeners probably don't know. They're not seeing it. 2nd down and 2. Apologize for that. Hawks lead 14-0. 10:40 left to go in this first half as Brandon Childs comes set shotgun formation. As they're going to send a man in motion. This is Christensen. Childs tucks it and runs it himself. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield as the first Hawk to wrap him up was it Brett Roush? Or was that? We'll have to get a number on that. I believe it might have been as Bennett Cole came in to finish the tackle for the Hawks. I believe he was either Brett Roush or Eric Baskey, the first one in there for the Hawks, but only a yard gain there, as we'll bring up 3rd down and 1 here for the Spartans. Ball at their own 36-yard line. Childs comes set. Man in the backfield. Quick pass out to Christensen. He bobbles it, but hauls it in right around the 40-yard line, and coming up and making the stop for the Hawks is Bennett Cole, as Kyle Curley was right in the area as well.
And it's something very similar, Jamie, what you seen the Hawks run with Owen Ward when Max just throws that quick little bubble screen or screen pass to Owen. Childs is doing the same thing on those last couple pass plays. So it's tough to defend, but you got to hope that at some point you get some pressure in there and either get a tip ball or one of the Hawk defenders jumps her out.
As it'll be 1st and 10 after that first down completion by the Spartans. Childs runs to his left, penalty marker down. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped in the backfield at around the 24-yard line, 34-yard line, as John Nagel wrapped him up, but holding against the Spartans will back that play up. So another holding penalty. Our officiating crew has been busy so far in this first half, as the Hawks lead 14-0.
And the Hawks are creating a lot of that through, just getting good pressure on Childs. They're blowing through that line. just creating havoc there. And then, Solon has really no other option but to hold the Hawks. So, they are getting held, but in the same token, the Hawks are doing a good job creating that.
So after the penalty, that ball is going to be backed up. Now I can say the 24-yard line. It's actually at the 26. Or is that the 22? See, I'm flustered. I got you, Bill.
Yep.
I'm flustered tonight.
You haven't had enough coffee tonight.
No, we got to get this Bill's microphone figured out. Not like I want to talk to him that much, but we'll figure it out as they're going to throw this one out to Halston Durham, and he's got some room at the 40. Still going to be short of the first down up to the 42-yard line before he's finally run out of bounds over there. Colin Weber, the linebacker for the Hawks, at 6'1", listed at 283 pounds, ran down Halston Durham, this senior,
the leading receiver for the Spartans too.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 8 after will be where the Solon Spartans have it here. Ball at their own 42-yard line. 9:10 left to go. Second quarter. It's 14-0. West Delaware leads it. Childs looks to pass. Throws quick pass to the right. Out of the hands. Threw it too far away from Grayson Dahl. As Owen Ward, and now penalty marker. As it's going to be something was said in the huddle. Not sure who it was, but it is going to be a penalty against the Hawks, a late flag. Oh. So an incomplete pass is in a flag, a personal foul against the Hawks. See if we get a number.
Man, and after having them 1st and 28, so for them to...
Not sure who it was. I know the Hawks in the vicinity. There was 2 Hawks in the vicinity, one of them being Eric Vasky, the other John Nagel, and Eric Vasky is going to come off the field. That's just a mental mistake there. As Eric Vasky comes to the sideline, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Now the ball at the 42 of West Delaware. As they're going to fake the handoff to Christensen coming across the middle, and coming up and wrapping up Childs around the legs was Kyle McGrain. And, Aaron, that penalty, you can't have that in a game like this. This is a second-round playoff game, and you got to keep your cool at all times, because if you get disqualified, kicked out of this game, you're out for the next game. So you really got to play tough, but don't lose your cool out there. As a gain of 3 there, we'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll give it a gain of 2. Ball at the West Delaware 40, 2nd down and 8. As the Hawks come with pressure, as Childs looks to pass, as Brown gives chase, and Childs is going to throw this one away as he was looking for Christensen. As Max Ridenauer was there on the coverage for the Hawks. They'll bring up 3rd down and 8, 8:25 left to go in quarter number 2.
And to your point too, Jamie, the Hawks defense is just playing so well so far in this first quarter and a half. You don't want to give Solon any kind of momentum or any kind of advantage. So those penalties are and they play a big part in it. So hopefully Eric flushes it, gets rid of it, goes back in, and continues to play the way we've seen him play all year.
It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Spartans. 8:25 remaining in quarter number 2. Hawks lead 14-0. Quick pass out to the right. He's down on a knee. He's got to be down. Christensen comes up with it, but he was down on a knee when he caught it, and Bennett Cole was right there for the Hawks. I think he's going to have enough for the first down. I believe they've got it spotted at the 31. They're not sure. They're going to call for a measurement, and Bill's going to say first down. By how much?
A lot.
By a lot, as it looked that way from here. Because I think we've got Bill's mic figured out here. Well, just as I say that.
Yeah, it's first down by at least half a yard. That's sick when he hit the back of the ball.
That's good.
Look at that. Didn't even hit the back of the ball.
Absolutely.
We should have known that.
Yeah, something.
His predictions all year during the Hawkeye games.
Don't start that. Don't start that right now.
Yeah. Geez, the blind man could have read that one. Yeah, the lines are straight right here, too, so it was an easy one to call.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. At the West Delaware 32-yard line. As Spartans will come set, one back in the backfield. I'm not sure who this back is. Is it 88 or 28? I
see 28 on the program.
Yeah, there's a 28 on the program.
Yeah, here we go.
As it's Child, he's going to be run out of bounds on the far side of the field, making the stop for the rain, back at the 35-yard line of West Delaware. That'll be a loss of 3 on that play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 13. Nice pursuit, nice way to get to the edge there by Kyle McGrain.
And we talk about it, Jamie. Running laterally against the Hawks, it's very difficult to do because the Hawks pursue the ball so well and just do a great job of attacking the ball carrier. And Solon, if they think they're going to run the ball sideline to sideline, they're finding out here in this first quarter and a half it's going to be very difficult to do.
So 2nd and 13 for the Spartans. 7:52 left to go, second quarter. Hawks show blitz, and he's going to be hit as he throws it. The ball is going to be interfered with. It is going to be an interception, but they're going to call pass interference. There's a push-off there. I believe it was Maloney who came up with the interception, but he did push off to get to it as John Nagel came with big pressure, and he drilled Brandon Childs as he went to throw. And now we see Halston Durr shaken up on the play, and he's going to go to the sideline. As Aaron mentioned earlier, their leading receiver is going to go to the sideline for the Spartans.
He's our leading receiver, Jamie, in yards with 393 and 2nd on the team in reception. So, he's one of their big play guys, and that'd be a big loss if Halston Durr was out for any extended period of time here.
So 1st and 10 for Solon after the pass interference against the Hawks. Ball at the 20 of West Delaware. 14-0, West Delaware leads it. As Brandon Childs comes set, shotgun formation. As they give to the player to be named later, as that's number 28. We don't have a number. But coming up and making the stop there for the Hawks was Eric Vasky after a short gain. As, again, don't have a number for number 28. We'll have to figure that one out. As he goes to the sideline now. As the regular running back, Spencer Lawson, will enter the ball game for him. 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. It's 2nd and 9 for Solon. As they come set. Childs looks to pass. Now he pump fakes. Now he's under pressure. He's going to throw this one away. As Bennett Cole and Brett Roush provide the pass rush there for the Hawks, and he throws it away. 3rd and 9.
We're sitting up in the booth, and that scares me watching him run around with all the Hawks coming at him. I mean, the Hawks have consistently 2 or 3 guys in his face flushing him out of the pocket. So I'm sure that's exactly what they want. They don't want him to set up and be able to plant and throw, make a good throw. So Hawk defense, eventually something good's going to happen here with all this.
As the Hawks get set to face the Solon offense on 3rd and 9. They throw a screen pass, and it's going to be dropped. Spencer Lawson drops the pass as Colin Brown provided the pressure for the Hawks. And it's going to be 4th down and 9. The Spartans look to be in 4 down territory here. As, again, coming in, Brandon Childs, not a lot of pass attempts, only 77 coming in. Blaze Griffiths had 98 coming into tonight, but Childs, their leading passer and leading rusher on the year for Solon. As they face a 4th and 9 here. 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. As Childs looks to throw, just heaves it up in the air, and this could be picked off, and it's going to fall to the ground. Max Ridenauer went up for it. It was intended for Nate Christensen, as Ridenauer went up for it. And it's probably better that, I guess either way, it's either going to be a 1st and 10 from the 20, had he made the pick, but now it's going to be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from the 19. Thank you very much to Brian Loughran for providing us the player to be named later. Number 28 is a sophomore, Kendrick Harris. So thank you very much, Locke. We appreciate that. As the Hawks come set 1st and 10 from their own 19. They give us to Russell. He goes off to the left side, fights up out to about the 23-yard line as the Hawks lead 14-0. 6:35 left to go here in quarter number 2. As Ridenauer will come set, shotgun formation. Next to him is Russell. The fake to Russell, read option. Russell got run over by one of the defenders, and Ridenauer is going to keep it himself. Coy Russell holding his hand after that hit, and there's a penalty marker on the field as Ridenauer brings it across midfield down to the Solon 48. There's a penalty marker down. Coy Russell holding his wrist. It's going to be holding against the Hawks. I didn't hear. I think Cresco. Oh, I got you. This isn't Crestwood. I got you. Yeah. As the holding penalty is going to back the Hawks up. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Hawks. Ball at their own 14. This time Ridenauer keeps it himself again. He's going to bring it out near the 15-yard line. Might pick up 1. With 5:50 left to go in this second quarter. So the Hawks trying to come back from that penalty there. As a gain of 1 there is going to bring up 2nd down. They'll give him 2, 3rd and 13, As Ridenauer looks to pass, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Brandon Childs and Jared Clevenger combine on the stop there.
That one just took a little too much time to develop the pump fake and just couldn't quite have enough time to kind of rear back and throw in deep. He looked like he was looking for Maloney here down the near sideline. So unfortunate for the Hawks, but hopefully you get a good punt away and get that defense back out there.
Absolutely, as the Hawks will punt it away. Max Ridenauer set to punt for the Hawks. As his punt is an end-over-end kick. It should take a Hawk bounce. Yes, it does. It's going to bounce and stay in bounds and stop at the Solon 40, picked up by Sam Maloney. And the Spartans will take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. So the Spartans get the ball back after the Hawks have to punt it away. So a good defensive effort there by Solon. Helped out by a West Delaware penalty. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 4:45 left to go in the second quarter as Brandon Childs comes set. 14-0 West Delaware. They throw a quick screen out to Christensen, and he's going to be tripped up as Owen Ward trips him up at the 48-yard line of Solon. And they'll bring up 2nd down here for the Spartans. They need to get to midfield for a 1st down.
Nice job there by Owen Ward coming over from his free safety position. Really, had to get over there quickly, and he did just to trip him up before he picked up the 1st down. So nice hustle there by Owen.
So 2nd down and 2 here for the Spartans. They're going to fake the end around, and Childs is going to keep it himself, and coming up and making the stop in the backfield for the Hawks was John Nagel. He wrapped around the legs of Childs, and he's going to drop him in the backfield. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 47 of Solon. 3:45 left to go here in quarter number 2, and the Hawks leading 14-0. Nice job there, in the backfield by John Nagel.
And all 4 of the front 4 for the Hawks have just done a great job. Nagel, Sparks, Vasky, McGrain are just getting in there and causing havoc.
Childs looks to throw. He rolls to his right. Now he's going to try to tuck it and run, and he's in trouble. John Nagel comes up and makes a huge sack in the backfield for the Hawks, and it'll bring up 4th down and long here for the Spartans. I tell you what, if John Nagel didn't make that catch, I believe that tackle, Brett Roush was right there. was going to make it anyway.
Well, and Brett was coming from behind, so he had a chance of maybe doing the whole arm chop and maybe even forcing a fumble. But, I mean, how nice is that to have a defensive end in John Nagel, 6'6", 223, that's just, quick as the quarterback and able to get in the backfield, just cause a lot of problems.
So 4th and 11 after the sack by Nagel. With 2:45 left to go in quarter number 2, the Hawks lead it. Get out of the way as that ball's going to take a Solon bounce as Casey Wenger came up. Or excuse me, that's not Casey Wenger. That is Tanner Wessels was deep to receive with Owen Ward for the Hawks. He came up. It looked like he was going to call for a fair catch, but he slipped up. Ball took an end-over-end bounce, and it was picked up by the Spartans at the West Delaware 20-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10. 2:38 left to go in quarter number 2. Hawks lead 14-0.
2:38 left, Jamie, and the Hawks do have all 3 of their timeouts left. So, looking at the drive chart here, even in the first half, the Hawks 2:38 with 3 timeouts is a lot of time for this offense.
2 receivers to the left for the Hawks, 1 to the right. The give is to Russell. He's going to go off the right side, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. But that is it, as it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Some other scores from around the state in Class 3A and 2A. In Class 3A, Webster City leading Boyden Hall Rock Valley 14-6 in the second quarter. Carroll leads Sergeant Bluff Luton 35-14. Pella over Creston right now in the second, 28-0. Dallas Center Grimes leading Ballard in the second, 17-0. Decorah with a 10-7 lead over Xavier in the second quarter. Davenport Assumption leads Maquoketa 34-0 in quarter number 2. In Class 2A, Anamosa leads Williamsburg 14-7 in the second quarter as the Hawks are going to run Coy Russell up the middle, and he's going to get out to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5, just under 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And speaking of Anamosa and Williamsburg, that is our area online and playback game of the week as John Swisher, Kevin Barnes, and Brett McNamara on the call of that one in Anamosa tonight. As the Spartans, the Hawks draw them off sides, and it'll be should be 1st and 10. That's a 5-yard penalty. It was 3rd and 5 for the Hawks. And I think they're going to be just short. It's on the backside of the 30-yard line. They're going to measure it anyway. I can see that from here, Bill. I mean, that's pretty obvious right there. You started right on the 20. The ball's at the 29.5-yard line. It's going to be short of the 1st down. Yeah, 3rd down. 3rd and a half a yard here for the Hawks. Or is it 4th? It's not 4th down. Oh, look at that. Our down marker guy told me to keep an eye on him tonight, and I said I watched him mess up last week, and he moved it to 4th down there. What do you know about that? I'll have to give him a hard time. 1.5 left to go in quarter number 2. Hawks lead 14-0. Ball at the Spartan, or their own 30-yard line. Hawks will send Ridenauer up to the line. He's going to push forward, and he's going to fall up to the 33-yard line of West Delaware, and it'll be good for a 1st and 10 West Delaware. As they'll get the chain set, and the clock will run. There it is, 1:16 left to go in this first half. Hawks trying to score. They get a three-score game here in this second, going to halftime. They throw to Maloney on the sideline. He's got it at the 42 as Nate Christensen on the coverage. And the tackle that was not Maloney. That was Kelly on the catch for the Hawks. Tyler Kelly on that reception. So a nice catch there by Kelly. As it'll bring up 2nd down and 1, a gain of 9 there for the Hawks on 1st and 10. The Hawks come with a bunch formation. They got 2 receivers to the left. Ridenauer looks to pass. Now he's going to step up. He's got it. Now he's going to throw. Looking for Nagel. Overthrew him. It's hard to do, but he did it. Overthrew Nagel at about the 42-yard line as Cameron McNutt was on the coverage there for the Spartans, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Hawks. 58 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Hawks already lead 14-0, trying to add on here before halftime.
And that ball just kind of sailed on Max a little bit. John had a step to the near sideline on the defender, but the ball just kind of sailed on Max a little bit. But nonetheless, Hawks have a 3rd and short here to keep the drive moving.
As Ridenauer comes set, looks to pass. Quick pass, Maloney, incomplete, almost intercepted out there by Matthew Rader as he was looking for Maloney, and both Maloney and Rader went after it, and it fell incomplete. The Hawks looks like they will go for it here. 54 seconds left to go, 2nd quarter. Stay tuned for halftime. We'll go through our area scores. We talked with Alex Boom last week. The Hawks will try to draw the Spartans off sides, and then they will take a timeout as their first of this game. We talked to Alex Boom, who was on that 2005 state runner-up team. This week, Tony Marbach will join us. We've had Tony on. We'll also have Greg Morris on the air with us at halftime, too, as well as he's come up to the booth to join us here at halftime as well. And then we'll look at Hawks in the NCAA and, of course, take a look at those scoreboards. What are you looking for? Bill Logan pointing at you down here on the sideline as we'll work on Bill's microphone at halftime too, as Mike Johnson. There you go, Director of Engineering here tonight, as we're going to need him, as Bill Logan down there.
Yeah, my son worked for Greg when he was in college down there.
Oh, Bill's telling us that your son worked for.
My son worked for Greg.
His son worked for you when he was in college down there. We'll get it figured out here.
Greg's a good guy.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
We'll hear. And he did a wonderful job, Greg says, Bill.
Yeah, good.
Followed after, just the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, apparently.
I think it did. It rolled all the way down the hill.
So the Hawks will come set 4th and 1. As it looks like Ridenauer will come set to punt it away. 54 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And the Hawks leading 14-0. Ridenauer's punt almost blocked, as they're going to say it was tipped. That's why they're not going to call a penalty. And the ball's going to roll dead at the 34 of Solon, and that's where the Spartans will start 1st and 10. 45 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter, as the Hawks attempt there to score before halftime comes up short. And they will go on defense now as the Spartans will come set on offense as Brandon Childs comes set with 2 receivers at his disposal. One in the backfield. They're going to send Christensen in motion. They fake to him. Childs keeps it himself. He's got it around the 40, up to about the 43-yard line, where he's going to be brought down by the Hawks as Kyle McGrain and Bennett Cole on the stop for the Hawks. That's going to be a gain of 9 there by Brandon Childs. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 here for the Spartans. 38 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter, and the Spartans will take their first timeout of this first half, and we'll take one with them and come right back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
Jude's Cafe in Manchester would like to congratulate the West Delaware football team on a fantastic season. Jude's Cafe is open 7 days a week and serves breakfast and noon lunch. Best of luck to the West Delaware football team from everyone at Jude's Cafe in Manchester. Go Hawks!
At Telke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentives at TelkeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Telke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point.
Back into Brown Field. Jamie Vasky, Aaron Plain, and Bill Logan back with you here as the Spartans on 2nd down and 1 through a quick pass to the left. Caught by Nate Christensen. He gets across the first down marker before Bennett Cole brings him down at the Solon 47-yard line with 34 seconds remaining, and Christensen got out of bounds, so the clock stops there. So now Solon looking to make a drive here before halftime, as they send 2 receivers out to the left, one here on the near side. Hawks bring pressure. They pump fake to Christensen as Childs looks to throw. He's going to throw it up in the air as Maloney. A lot of hand fighting, and that's going to be caught That is going to be caught out there by Halston Durr. Maloney on the coverage. The Hawk coaching staff wants a penalty, but that is going to be a first down. Solon down to the West Delaware 23-yard line. 25 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Childs comes set, and I think Coach Wink wants a timeout, and he is going to take one. But what a catch there by Halston Durr, as there was a lot of hand fighting between both of the players as Durr slipped away at the last second, made the catch. It'll be 1st and 10 Solon. Ball at the West Delaware 23, 25 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, and the Hawks lead it 14-0.
And I think the Hawk coaching staff is just saying, hey, look, call it the same way both ways. You know, the Hawks have had at least one pass interference penalty called on them, and you know, that one looked like it could have went either way. So consistency is all that they're asking for here.
So the Hawks take a timeout as we check the scores here from around the area as our area online and playback game of the week. Williamsburg at Anamosa, as right now it's tied up 14-14 in the second quarter. Webster City leads Boyd and Hall Rock Valley 14-6. Carroll leading Sergeant Bluff Luton 35-28. Other games, Decorah leads Xavier 17-14. That game in the second quarter as well. So back and forth there between Decorah and Cedar Rapids Xavier. 25 seconds left to go. The Hawks and Spartans out of the timeout. Brandon Childs, quick pass to the right. It's Christensen. He's got it at the 20, down near the 15 before he's brought down by Kyle Curley, as Solon will take their second timeout of this first half. Again, this first half has been crazy so far, as the Hawks with 2 touchdowns, one a 22-yard pass from Max Reidenauer to John Nagel, and Reidenauer with a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 14-0 for the Hawks. Also in this first half, Coy Russell, the West Delaware running back, surpasses Alex Boom's single-season rushing record as he came in needing only 58 yards to tie it. He went past that in the first quarter, as Coy Russell, not too many more records for him to get. He needs still, the only one he's still chasing is rushing touchdowns in a season, which currently he has 24. Brandon Domeyer had 28 back in 2010. As Coy Russell without one tonight, but has definitely had plenty of yards here in this first half. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Spartans. Ball at the 15 of West Delaware. 16 seconds left to go, and the Hawks lead 14-0. As the Spartans will come set. Kendrick Harris, the running back in the backfield for Solon. As Childs looks to pass, throws across the middle, caught into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Curley was in on the coverage. They threw it up to Nate Christensen, and he comes down for the touchdown. It's 14-6, West Delaware with 10 seconds remaining in this second quarter.
And just a nice orchestrated drive there by the Solon Spartans, Jamie. I mean, used their timeouts efficiently and just, you know, picked up enough first downs just to keep the clock stopped and moving the chains. And Childs threw a beautiful ball there to Christensen to cap off the drive. So
now Childs in for the extra point, and the kick is up, and it is good. It's 14-7, West Delaware leading with 10 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
GMB Bank in Manchester is proud to support all area athletes and their communities. The GMB team is your connection to convenient banking and everyday time savers, like your debit card, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. Connect with a financial partner who truly understands your needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
Back into Brownfield after the Spartans get on the board for the first time here tonight. It's 14-7 West Delaware, leading over Solon with 10 seconds left to go. A short kick by the Spartans is going to be fell on by the Hawks. Troy Monahan falls on that one. As the Hawks will come up 1st and 10. Not sure the Hawks will run a play here. They may try to air one out here with 10 seconds left to go in this first half. So the Hawks were driving, Aaron, trying to get down and put some more points up before halftime, but Solon turned around and scored one of their own.
Yeah, quick one. 5 plays, 66 yards, took 35 seconds off the clock. So, like I said, a good, efficient drive. Childs to Christensen for the 15-yard touchdown pass. Cuts the Hawks lead now, 14-7 with 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
And it looks like the Hawks are going to take a knee and take this 14-7 lead into halftime. Stay tuned for halftime. We'll talk with Iowa equipment manager, the shoe guy, Greg Morris, at halftime. We'll talk with Tony Marbach, a 2006 grad and West Delaware football player. And we'll also take a look at Hawks in the NCAAs and our scoreboard as we come back here for the second half. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
When the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Hi, this is Shannon, owner of Sheer Hecke Salon and Spa in Manchester, located at 214 West Marion Street. Book your appointment now to get that full spa experience. Call 563-608-4999. Best of luck to all you athletes.
For all your landscaping projects, call Jason at Phillips Landscaping in Dyersville. He specializes in retaining walls, patios, fire pits, ponds, waterfalls, flower and rock gardens, and more. Call Phillips Landscaping at 563-599-6069 for your estimate. Best of luck to all area athletes.
Welcome back into halftime. West Delaware leading Solon 14-7 in the second round of the 2015 Iowa High School Football Playoffs. Jamie Vaskey back along with you, and joining me, you're used to hearing this guy on Friday mornings on KMCH, Greg Morris, the Iowa equipment manager, the shoe guy, as he's labeled on KMCH on Friday mornings. Usually joins Mike Johnson. Joins us here at halftime, and Greg, I tell you what, Mike gets to talk to you on Fridays, but what an exciting season to talk Hawkeye football. They start 8-0 for the first time since 2009, and it's been a great season so far.
We've had a lot of fun. I mean, everybody, very inclusive. Old Kirk, new Kirk, however you want to say it, but we have, and I really think this coming weekend is going to be probably one of our tougher tests, because it's a tough place to go, because we traditionally just kind of a little snake bit down there. But we practice today as we have on Mondays, and Thursdays is our day off now, which is a little odd for college football. But so far, so good. You're 8-0, so you're not going to change anything now.
Well, I think back in 2002 was a good Hawkeye football team, and they struggled a little bit down in Bloomington.
And Grant's team had to come up with 3 picks on a Saturday to kind of save our height a little bit there. But, yeah.
That's kind of one of those teams, kind of like a Northwestern, where Indiana's kind of been a thorn in the Hawks' side. Back in 2009, the last year the Hawks were 8-0. I think the Hawks had to come back for quite a bit. Right. So it's just one of those games that you just got to be careful and not overlook here.
And Kirk has addressed that several times already since the win on Saturday. So our guys will be focused. There's no doubt about that. And we'll get all the gum and coffee and everything we need to do to get on that truck to head to Bloomington Thursday afternoon.
Well, I know it's probably something that the coaching staff doesn't really talk about, but kind of the demographic has been talking about the Hawkeye schedule and saying it's a weaker schedule. But I think College Game Day had the skit about talk to your kids about the undefeated Iowa. But they're still winning the games. They still have to come out every Saturday, and they have to win those games, depending on how easy or tough the schedule is.
You know, when you play a Division I football team, they have the same amount of scholarships as you do. They recruit as hard as you do. They do the same things you do. You still have to play. I mean, we've been through seasons where we haven't been 8-0, and everybody thought maybe we should be 8-0 to this point. Well, we are. You don't apologize for that. And at the end of the day, Mike Johnson's heard me say this 100 times. Winning isn't easy.
Absolutely.
Never, ever. And as Kirk would tell you, in the ultimate team sport, winning is not easy. So at the end of the day, we've got the 4 left, whether you win by 1 or win by 10 or whatever the case may be. I mean, if someone looked us in the eye right now and said, you get the next 4 and you're going to win them all by a point, who wouldn't take it?
Absolutely.
We all would.
We all would. Right out of my mouth.
We all would.
A win's a win, whether I take
Doesn't matter.
I take an ugly win over a good loss.
There you go.
Any day. Well,
there you go.
Greg, you're back here. Your boys have been out of Solon for a couple years now, but you still come to Manchester on a Monday night and check out some good high school football.
I would bet a lot of people around here have great respect for your coaching staff and administration. And I will tell you this, Lynn and I are incredibly blessed to have Kevin Miller and his staff have helped both our kids. We've got our youngest playing at Co right now, is having a great time. And for those of you who didn't know, a proud papa is going to tell you that James played yesterday for the New York Giants down in New Orleans. So they signed him. He traveled with the team and everything. So a kid from Solon, Iowa, living out his lifelong dream, playing in the National Football League is not a bad gig. And Kevin and his staff had a lot to do with that, and that's why we're still here. We'll always support our community, much like people do here. I think both communities are a lot alike in that aspect, but you don't want to get in front of Mrs. Morris and say anything bad about Kevin Miller, because you're going to get an earful from the Irish Catholic. Trust me. She's going to let you have it, because as I stated before, without Kevin, our 2 kids would not be where they're at today. Not about football players, but as human beings. So we'd like to think we did a pretty good job with them at home, but everything that we talked to them at home, they heard again from him, and maybe a little bit more at different ways, different times. And both our kids talk to him once a week at least. Advice, friendly advice, maybe tough love advice. In James's case, he went from the Patriots to the Giants, and Kevin's advice: if this is your dream, you stick to it and put everything you have into it until you don't want to do it anymore. He made it.
Absolutely.
He's in the National Football League. I mean, what more can you ask for?
And he was a part of something pretty special yesterday.
He wasn't happy they lost, but man, he ran down the kickoffs. He told Lynn got in the car Saturday afternoon. We found out, drove down New Orleans, and was actually there and surprised him. And as he told her after the game, "Mom, I'm tired. I've never run that much in my life in a football game."
Absolutely. Well, Greg, best of luck to your boys, James, and in New York and Jake at Combe.
Yeah.
As best of luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And you'll talk to Mike Friday morning.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
And I got to say hi to my buddy Dave Cole.
Actually, Dave Cole is in the house tonight.
I got to find him, and then I know my guy Jim Corcoran's somewhere.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
If I don't say hi to Jim, I'll be in big trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, thanks to you guys for all you do, obviously, for your community, but putting up with me on Fridays is fun. I have a ball. I have an absolute ball. Thanks again.
Greg Morris here at halftime. West Delaware leads 14-7. We'll take a break, come back. You're listening here to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Sheer Magic has 3 full-time stylists and a nail tech, plus airbrush makeup, making them your full-service salon in Manchester. Sheer Magic is accepting new clients, and walk-ins are welcome. Come into Sheer Magic today at 813 East Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-4120 to make your appointment today. Go Hawks!
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
In sports as well as banking, numbers mean everything. Athletes strive for excellence during competition. F&M strives to exceed clients' expectations. Whereas athletes and teams focus on the score, F&M focuses on the success of our valued clients, one relationship at a time. F&M Bank, the right choice. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into halftime. The Hawks leading 14-7, and we bring in our second halftime guest here, Tony Marbach. You've heard him a few times here in our broadcast, filling in for Aaron when he hasn't been able to be around. As Tony, you've seen quite a few West Delaware games the last couple years. Last few since you graduated, you've been here on multiple Friday nights throughout the season. And I tell you what, you were part of that 2005 state runner-up team. And I tell you what, a lot of similarities between this team this year and the team you were a part of back in 2005.
Absolutely. Just, the guys up front, the team unity, I see that probably number one thing, just kind of getting to be around some of the guys and then having a brother-in-law now play on there. Just noticing things from him. So that's probably the number one because that was one big factor for us in 05 was team unity. But they run the ball real well. The coaching staff coach real well. Guys up front do a nice job, and it's just an all-around good team. And we've had that the last how many years at West Delaware, and it's nothing new here in Manchester.
And one of the things that we've been pretty lucky to have consistency in is a great running back, and you had one your senior year in 2005. Of course, you were a 2006 graduate of West Delaware, along with myself. As Alex Boom, we had him on last week. As for 10 years now, Alex held the single-season rushing record, which you helped as an all-state center your senior year. Selected first-team all-state as your senior year, and Alex Boom ran behind you quite a bit, and he gave credit to you guys, that offensive line last week in our halftime interview. But just tonight, Coy Russell passed Alex Boom, and what an accomplishment is that for not just for Coy beating that record, but for Alex Boom with the great running backs that have gone through here to hold that record for 10 years.
Absolutely. There's been some really good running backs, Sam Lahr, Brandon Domeyer, and, there's a few other guys in there. But, it was tough to see that one go down, just for being with Alex and blocking for him. But congratulations to Coy. I mean, what an accomplishment. He's had such a great career here at West Delaware. And to get that last one he needed, congratulations to him. And congrats to his offensive linemen that have been blocking for him for the last 3 years. Coy does a lot for himself, but, it starts up front. And, being an offensive lineman, I look at that, and it starts up front.
It certainly does. I mean, look what happened to your Packers last night.
Yeah,
absolutely. Tony,
I shut that off early and went to the Royals game.
What do you think the Hawks need to do here in this second half? Is a little closer than what they wanted to, is tried to drive late in that first half, but gave up a touchdown.
Well, they just got to keep grounding it, staying on the ground attack and fighting for extra yards and playing good defense. And, the defense has been outstanding this year. I mean, you got to give props to Coach Coates for the job that he's done with this defensive team. And, just everyone's got to stay focused, and we got 24 minutes left to play in this game. So you got to keep grounding it out.
Absolutely. Tony, thanks for joining us here, and we'll see you down the road, I'm sure, as we move forward here in this season.
Absolutely. Best of luck to the Hawks the rest of the year, and thanks, Jamie.
Absolutely. Tony Marbach, 2006 graduate of West Delaware, and on that 2005 state runner-up team. As we take a look at Hawks in the NCAAs, we'll also take a look at our Iowa predictions from last week. Last week, I hate to say it, Bill was victorious once again, his 5th win of the year, as he moves to 5 wins. Swish has 2. I have 1. Aaron has 0. As Bill's prediction was pretty close. He had 31-14 as the final score. It was 31-15 as the Hawkeyes moved to 8-0 on the year after that victory over Maryland as they traveled to Bloomington, Indiana. 2:30 kickoff against the Hoosiers in Indiana on Saturday. Also, the Iowa State Cyclones get their 3rd win of the season as they shut out Texas 24-0 on homecoming in Ames last weekend, as the Cyclones will hit the road to take on Oklahoma this coming Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma, 6 o'clock kick for the Cyclones. As we get into our Hawks in the NCAA portion of this, the UNI Panthers won on Saturday 20-7 over South Dakota in the Unidome. The Panthers moved to 4-4 on the year. In that game, Adam Rep had 4 tackles and a half a tackle for loss, moves his season total to 43 total tackles and 3 tackles for loss on the year. On Saturday, the Panthers will stay at home and host Indiana State at 4 o'clock. Upper Iowa Peacocks fell again on Saturday, 41-20 against Augustana College in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, running their record now to 5-4 as former Hawks up in Upper Iowa, Trey McTaggart, he's a redshirt junior, and a 2012 graduate, as was Cole Stephen. He's a senior, and he's a 2012 graduate of West Delaware. Cameron McCrome, a 2014 graduate of West Delaware, and Brent Lammers, a 2015 graduate of West Delaware, playing at Upper Iowa. Against Augustana, Brent Lammers went 33 of 53 passing for 333 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, as he, in his second start as a Peacock, as he had 20 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown, runs his season total now to 54 of 91 passing, 509 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Rushing the ball, he has 34 carries, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. Trey McTaggart in that game had 6 receptions for 35 yards and a touchdown pass from Brent Lammers. On the season, he has 53 receptions for 623 yards, 3 touchdowns in the game against Augustana. In the game against Augustana, Cole Stephen had 6 total tackles, 76 total tackles on the season, 7.5 tackles for loss. Wartburg College was victorious. Mentioned Upper Iowa. Next, they will travel to Wayne, Nebraska to take on Wayne State College at 1 o'clock this coming Saturday. The Wartburg football team defeated Buena Vista University 55-0 on Saturday. They moved to 7-1. They will host Simpson College this coming Saturday at home. That's a 1 o'clock kick. Brandon Domeyer in that game had 6 carries, 39 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the season, 120 carries, 611 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Michael Bulkey, 7 of 8 on extra points. On the season, he's now 33 of 38 and 2 for 4 on field goals with a long of 35. And the Hawks victorious last Saturday as they defeated Luther College. I didn't write down the score, but that's okay. I've got a Hawk sitting right next to me who had a big part in that game. Sam, what was the score last Saturday?
What was it? Was it 31-17 or 14, something like that?
31-17. Either way,
yeah.
The score, you guys won the ball game as you moved to 3-5 on the year. You're going to host the University of Dubuque this coming Saturday. But in that game, this guy sitting right next to me, Sam Lohr, a senior at a 2012 graduate of West Delaware, 25 carries, 239 yards, 4 touchdowns. You also had 2 receptions in that game for 56 yards. On the season, 123 carries, 757 yards, and 7 touchdowns, 18 receptions for 187. That was a big ball game for you, Sammy, and you got up there into the names that I saw in the paper mentioning you with Fred Jackson, former Buffalo Bill and current Seattle Seahawk. And it's just an impressive game, and you mentioned your offensive line. Tony was just mentioning the offensive line that Coy Russell has to run behind. That's a huge part of it, but a big day for you on Saturday. First off, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Jamie.
As you got to credit your offensive line in a big game like that.
Oh, definitely. We definitely got some things clicking. I mean, it was just fun to see because, I mean, we'd seen glimpses of it all year long, but we just haven't put a whole game together, and I think we finally got some things going on Saturday.
Absolutely. So you got the University of Dubuque coming in on Saturday, and it'll be a tough ball game, but I tell you what, definitely a winnable ball game for you guys.
Definitely. I mean, they're on top of the league for a reason. They've shown that they can play with anybody in this conference, and we're going to have to bring our A game, but I think we got a shot.
Absolutely. Sam, thanks for joining us. Best of luck Saturday against the University of Dubuque.
Thanks, Jamie.
Sam Lohr, 2012 graduate and current Hawk. As Bill Logan has rejoined us from that Hawk locker room, and I think we've got Bill's microphone troubles figured out as Bill down there on the sideline. Bill, probably some big conversations in that Hawk locker room at halftime.
Yeah, and they were working on, just like they do every other game night, is the adjustments that they need to make. And defensively, outside of that one non-call where they got the first down and got that touchdown right before halftime, that was an outstanding defensive effort that first half. Offensively for Solon, they rushed the ball 12 times for 2 net yards. So outstanding rush defense. 10 out of 15 passing for 114 yards, so 116 yards of offense for Solon first half. For West Delaware, great first quarter. Didn't have the ball much. If you do time of possession, it was probably 2-1 in favor of Solon there. Hawks 27 carries for 114 yards. Coy Russell 15 carries for 80. 3 out of 6 passing for 35 yards, so 159 yards of offense the first half for the Hawks. So both teams probably a lot less offensively than what they probably hoped and thought maybe they'd have here at this point of the game, but, attribute each team's defense because, and we talked about it, the team that's going to be the more physical is probably going to come out on top this game, and it's still looking exactly that way.
Well, that Hawk defense, Bill, is going to have to be tested right off the bat here as they're going to kick off. Just got to get back to do what they've been doing all season.
That's exactly what they keep talking. Do what we do.
Absolutely. Bill Logan down there on that Hawk sideline as we get ready to kick this thing off. Take a look at some scores at halftime. A lot of halftime scores as West Delaware leads Solon, of course, 14-7 as we're set to kick this thing off. Decorah leads Xavier 17-14, that at halftime. Anamosa and Williamsburg tied at 14 at halftime. As we'll keep you up to date with that. Kyle McGrain set to kick off for the Hawks. It's going to be taken. This time, Nate Christensen's going to return this, and he treads across the 20-yard line. He's going to cut it back at about the 25, and that's where he's going to be brought down by a bunch of Hawks. 14-7, thanks to all of our halftime guests. It was a busy halftime, busier than we had Tony Marbach scheduled, and Greg Morris showed up, so we appreciate him coming up. Then Sam Lars stopped in, so it was a busy halftime, but we thank all those guys for coming up and joining us here at halftime. Aaron, a nice halftime break for yourself.
Yeah.
As the Spartans will take over 1st and 10. As the ball's at their own 28-yard line, just underway, second half. Hawks leading 14-7. Brandon Childs comes set. They're going to fake the handoff, read option, and Childs is going to keep it himself, and he's going to be brought down as Max Ridenauer, Bennett Cole, bring Childs down as he brings it up to the 34-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 5 yards, about 5 yards there.
Childs paid for that one too, Jamie. He got just drilled there. It looks like almost helmet to helmet there, so they'll feel that one in the morning.
Second down and 5 for the Spartans as we're just underway in this second half. Childs comes set. He looks to pass. Quick pass is tipped in the air and it's going to fall incomplete. As it was tipped at the line, John Nagel about fell into the hands of John Nagel, but it falls incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 here for the Spartans. With 11-12 left to go in this third quarter, and the Hawks leading 14-7.
And Childs isn't a big, tall guy, Jamie, and we know that the Hawks front four of 6'6", John Nagel, Sparks at 6'3", Vasky at 6'1", and McGrain at 6'2". They get their hands up. It's going to be really difficult for Childs to throw the ball over there. So that was a great job of Nagel getting his hands up and just creating a little bit of creating something.
Childs looks to throw, throws across. He's got his receiver, Halston Durr, at the 40. He cuts back at the 42, still on his feet, refusing to go down. Finally going to be driven down to the ground at the 46-yard line of Solon. That's coming up and making the stop there for the Hawks was Caleb Sparks. It'll be 1st and 10 Solon at their own 46-yard line.
And it's just that 5-yard out pattern, Jamie, where the receiver runs 5 yards, stops, turns, and Childs throws it right on the numbers. And so that Hawk, you want to kind of press a little bit, but you also don't want to get burned with the fake and then the long pass.
Halston Durr making moves happen on the sideline as well, creating that yards after catch. As Childs comes set, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As I believe the Hawks jumped offside. I didn't see who it was. As
there's about 3 of them that jumped off there.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and that's going to move the ball down now in West Delaware territory to the Hawk 49-yard line. 10:40 left to go, third quarter. Hawks lead it 14-7. As the Spartans send Nate Christensen to the sideline, and another receiver checks in here. Looks like they're going to go as the running back into the ball game right now is Kendrick Harris, the sophomore for Solon. As they're going to fake to Harris. Childs keeps it himself. He's got enough for the first down. As he's going to be brought down, John Nagel's going to wrap him up down to the 41 of West Delaware, and that's going to be a good for a Solon first down. So the Spartans driving again here. Solon driving again here with 10:10 left to go in the third quarter, trailing only by 7 points.
And they found something with Childs, just kind of a simple quarterback keeper where the ball's directly snapped back to him, and he just kind of finds something in between the center and then the 2 guards. So the Hawks are going to have to plug that up a little bit.
Childs, quick pass to the left. He's got Durr at the 41, and he's going to be driven down. Brett Roush wraps him up at the 39-yard line, and they're going to give him a gain of 2. It'll bring up second down and 8 for Solon. West Delaware volleyball fans, don't miss tomorrow night's broadcast as the West Delaware Hawks, top ranked in Class 4A, take on Independence in O-Line tomorrow night. Starting at 7 o'clock, John Swisher and Joan Salo with the call of that one. The winner advances to the state volleyball tournament at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. 2nd and 8 for Solon. Ball at the West Delaware 39. 9:10 left to go third quarter. Hawks lead 14-7. Quick pass this time. It's Rader on the far sideline. Kyle Curley's going to drop him after a gain of a couple there. It was Matthew Rader on that reception, as it's going to be 3rd down and 6 here for Solon. A 3-yard gain there. Brings up 3rd and 6, ball at the West Delaware 37. And now you got to start thinking that Solon's probably going to be in 4-down territory.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. You're kind of past the point of punting the ball. Your defense has played well and shut the Hawks down the Hawks' last 2 or 3 possessions. So, yeah, you got to figure the Spartans are in 4-down territory.
Childs comes set, shotgun formation. They're going to fake the handoff. He keeps it himself. He's going to be wrapped up around the 35-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, as Max Ridenauer wraps him up, as Kyle McGrain also in on the stop for the Hawks. They'll bring up 4th down and 4 here for the Spartans. Ball at the West Delaware 35-yard line. With 8:05 left to go in this third quarter, Hawks lead 14-7.
You got to figure it's going to be 1 of 2 plays, either Child keeping the ball or one of the quick 5-yard pass patterns. So
Nate Christensen over here all by himself with Sam Maloney on the coverage. There's going to pass. Looking for Christensen. It's incomplete. Incomplete. Maloney on the coverage. The pass was on the mark, but great coverage by Sam Maloney. And the Spartans turn the ball over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 West Delaware. Ball at their own 35-yard line.
Nice job there by that Hawk defense of tightening up right when they needed to. The big 3rd down stop on Childs, and then Sam Maloney doing a great job of just punching the ball out of there before the receiver could get it. So nice job there by that Hawk defense.
So the Hawks take over 1st and 10. Their first possession of this second half. Long
4-12.
4-12 on that drive for the Spartans, as Coy Russell takes the handoff here, and he's got room. He's got it at midfield, going down the sideline. Coy Russell is going to take it to the house. No penalty markers down. Coy Russell from 65 yards out, and the Hawks go up now 20-7 with 7:37 left to go in this third quarter.
Well, that's one way to get the momentum back on your side, Jamie, is just hand the ball off to Coy Russell. I mean, he's been doing it all year. It's why he's a first-team All-State running back. That right there is got to be deflating for if you're a Solon Spartan fan. It is just a fantastic run, and once Coy got to that far sideline, he was gone.
Aaron Toll's kick is up and good. I see Coach Tom King down on the sideline, and his words, vintage Coy Russell, as he goes 65 yards for the Hawk touchdown. The Hawks lead it 21-7 here with 7:37 left to go in the third. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
At Georgian Auto in Manchester, their approach to auto repairs is simple. Fix it right and get you back on the road. From tires to transmissions, they fix it all. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Grayson Dahl takes the Kyle McGrain kick and brings it out to the Solon 27-yard line, brought down by Nolan Linus. As we're back here, Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Plain, and Bill Logan back with you here. In-studio producer is news director Janelle Tucker, and the Hawks lead 21-7 with 7.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. after the big Coy Russell touchdown.
This is the one play, Jamie, is all it took. Coy Russell with the 65-yard touchdown run. Took 11 seconds off the clock. Hawks up now 21-7 with 7:30 to go here in the third quarter.
As Solon comes out 1st and 10, and a quick pass out to the right. Far side of the field is caught by Christensen and Kyle Curley. There immediately on the stop, a gain of 1 on that pass play brings up 2nd down and 9. As we've got to give a little shout out here tonight, as we've got some people listening from in Washington State tonight, and that would be the grandson or the grandparents of Jacob Coons, the tight end for the Spartans. So hello to his grandparents tonight, listening in Washington State tonight on KMCH.com, as Brandon Childs is going to carry this ball, and he's going to bring it out to the 32-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6 here for the Spartans with 6.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and the Hawks leading 21-7. They need to get to their own 38 for a 1st down. As Brandon Childs comes set, one back in the backfield is Kendrick Harris. As Childs, shotgun formation, takes a snap, looks to pass. He pump fakes. He's under pressure, and he's going to be hit as he throws, but throws downfield and deflected out there by Bennett Cole. Bennett Cole, we just mentioned Jacob Coons. He was the intended, or that was not Coons. That was Kendrick Harris, the intended receiver there. And Bennett Cole running step for step with the running back there. Did I take it?
You took the words.
I'll let you go.
No. Joe, you're absolutely right. And you're talking about a linebacker covering a wide receiver there. So Bennett displaying his speed there. But nice job there by that Hawk defense of following up the touchdown with a 3-and-out.
And Bennett excited after that, as he should be. A great deflection there. 4th down and 6. The Spartans will punt it away. This is Childs. His punt will go out of bounds at around the 34-yard line of West Delaware, and that's where the Hawks will start. They're going to mark it at the 35. Hawks will start 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line with 6:02 left to go in quarter number 3. Hawks leading 21-7. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. All 43 of our regular sports boosters, and of course our 3 extra West Delaware football sponsors for this postseason. Thank to them for everything they do and making these broadcasts made possible. Again, Coy Russell with that touchdown run. He now passes Alex Boom for the 2nd time tonight with most touchdowns in a season. He now has 25. Boom had 24 back in 2005. The Hawks come set. The give is to Russell here. He goes up the middle, cuts back at the 40, 45, 50. He's down the sideline again. Nobody's going to touch him. Once again, another 65-yard touchdown run for Coy Russell. Was that another one play? Yep. So 2 plays, the Hawks have had the ball on the last 2 drives, and both have resulted in Coy Russell's 65-yard touchdown runs. The Hawks now go up 27-7 with 5:49 left to go in quarter number 3.
Well, that play seems to work really well.
Well, Bill said he was going to call that play the last time they ran it. I'm not sure. Did he call it again that time? I'm sure he did. At least he's going to tell us he did. 28-7 as Aaron Toll's extra point kick is good. The Hawks have the 21-point lead here with 5:49 left to go in the third. You're listening to West Delaware Football Playoff Edition on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Visit them on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
A great night out awaits you at Hartridge Golf Course. Join us for Taco Tuesday and our Thursday night specials featuring roasted chicken. Watch the Iowa games with 50-cent wings and drink specials at Hartridge, north of Manchester on 195th Street.
Dunlap Motors in Independence with Chevy Buick and certified pre-owned Chevy Buick GMC and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. They have big town inventory with small town service. Stop and say hi. That's Dunlap Motors in downtown Independence. And go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com. That's DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
Jesus.
Kyle McGrain's kick goes out of bounds, as that'll be a penalty against the Hawks, and they will take, Solon will have it now, 1st and 10, ball at their own 35-yard line. Another great run there by Coy Russell.
Yeah, and that I feel like I'm repeating myself. One play, 65 yards. Took 13 seconds off the clock. Coy Russell with the second 65-yard touchdown run puts the Hawks up now 28-7 with 5:49 to go here in this third quarter.
What play do you think the Hawks will call the next time they get the ball? I'm just curious.
I know if I was Solon, I know what play I'd defend. So
Solon will start. Actually, the Spartans are going to make the Hawks re-kick that. Solon's going to make West Delaware re-kick it here. And they're going to re-kick from their own 35-yard line, is where Kyle McGrain will set this one up on the tee. So Coy Russell, his 26th rushing touchdown of the season, came in with 24 as he continues to climb the ladder here. Two players have had 28 rushing touchdowns in one season. Those were Brandon Domeyer and Sam Lahr, as McGrain's kick is going to be picked up. Going to be picked up out there by Grant Goldsberry as he falls on it at the 37-yard line, and that's where Solon will take over 1st and 10. Hawks lead 28-7 with 5:47 left to go in quarter number 3. Coy Russell will have to get his numbers in the next break after this third quarter comes to an end. As Brandon Childs comes set to run this 1st and 10 play, they're going to hand off up the middle. This is Spencer Lawson, and he's going to bring it out to the 40, a pickup of about 3 yards there before he's wrapped up by a whole host of West Delaware defenders. They're going to give him the 41-yard line, so call it a gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 as Colin Brown in there on the stop for West Delaware. 5:25 left to go in quarter number 3, and a 28-7 Hawk victory. So again, this defense has done a great job in this game, especially in this third quarter. After Solon started driving up the field, a big 4th down stop, and then this last one, just great defense as it's 2nd down and 6. The Spartans send a man in motion. Childs is going to keep it himself. He runs off the right side up to about the 45-yard line, as Brett Roush is going to bring him down. And he's going to be a couple yards short of the 1st down as they have to get to the 47. They're going to be just a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1. Ball at the 46. They need to get to the 47 of West Delaware.
And you talked about the defense, Jamie, just kind of stymieing the momentum that Solon had created, especially at the end of that second quarter where they scored the touchdown, then came out and started a good drive here in the third. So good job by that Hawk defense.
3rd and 1 for the Spartans. They send Christensen in motion as they run into each other, and it's going to be stopped in the backfield. Colin Brown, as Lawson, Childs, and Christensen all ran into each other. There was a collision in the backfield, and Childs went to take off with it, and Colin Weber blew through the line and dropped him in the backfield. It'll be 4th down and 2 for the Spartans at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to run some, like that, I don't know what that is, that Wildcat or that whatever that is, and there's some confusion there, and that Hawk defense just swallowed up the ball carrier, swallowed up Childs. So what can you say about the defense coming through again?
Childs stands and waits the snap as he looks to punt it away. He is going to punt it away as he gets it away, and it's a nice punt. It's going to roll down inside the West Delaware 20-yard line as Bennett Cole just about got in there and blocked that thing. He ran into Childs, but he was blocked into him. As we take a look at some scores, Webster City leading Boynton Hall Rock Valley 14-6. That score was in the second quarter. At halftime, Sergeant Bluff Luton, who was down 35-0, has come back and taken a 42-35 halftime lead. Pella leads Creston 45-7. Dallas Center Grimes leading Ballard 24-0. That in the third quarter. Decorah leading Xavier 17-14 at halftime. Assumption in the third quarter leads Macoka to 41-0. Still at halftime, Animos and Williamsburg tied at 14. We'll go through some more scores here in just a second as the Hawks start their 1st and 10. They fake to Russell and give it to Owen Ward on the end around. He's got it at the 20, 25, 30. Now he's down the sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds right around midfield. Looked like maybe a face mask on there as Owen Ward's head just jerked backwards, but no call. The Hawks have it 1st and 10 at their own 45. Nice run by Owen Ward. Other scores, Spirit Lake leads Esterville Lincoln Central 49-7. North Fayette leads, that was at halftime. North Fayette Valley leading Hampton Dumont 37-14 at the half. The give is to Russell here on 1st and 10 for the Hawks. He fights up the middle, crosses midfield down to the Solon 49-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 yards there for Coy Russell. And a 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Hawks lead 28-7, 3:10 left to go in quarter number 3. Central Lee leads Mount Vernon 14-0 in the 2nd quarter. South Tama was leading New Hampton 33-0 at halftime, and Waukon over Applington Parkersburg at halftime 26-0. 2nd down, they're going to change that spot for the Hawks. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, a 7-yard gain for Russell. Reinauer's going to throw downfield, overshoots Owen Ward as he had him open, but he overthrew him as Halston Durr was there for the coverage for the Spartan. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 here for the Hawks.
Yeah, and Owen was just kind of in the middle in no man's land there, kind of open, and had the ball been thrown a little bit shorter, I think he could have had a big gain and potentially even ran it in for the touchdown. But nonetheless, Hawks, still in a manageable 3rd and 3 here.
3rd and 3 upcoming for West Delaware. They're going to send Tyler Kelly in motion. They give to Russell up the middle. He pushes forward. He's going to pick up the 1st down is where the far official has it spotted. The near official, it's going to be pretty close. The far official's calling for a 4th down. I'm not sure you can call that 4th down, can you?
No.
I think we're going to have to measure that, absolutely, but I think it is a 1st down for the Hawks. Bill Logan agrees with me because he should. As we're right down the line from it as well, so pretty good view from our angle as they're going to bring the chains out once again.
Yeah, it's not even going to get to the back of the ball again. That was an easy one.
Yeah, there. Absolutely. That one, we could see that one from here. We certainly appreciate your expertise, Bill, but we got this one, buddy. It'll be 1st and 10 West Delaware. Ball at the 45-yard line of Solon. 2:30 left to go, 3rd quarter, and 28-7. West Delaware leads it here. As we're in the 2nd round of the playoffs here in the 2015 Iowa High School football season. Reinauer will pass on 1st and 10. He throws across the field. I believe I saw a penalty marker come down and a big hit over there as Maloney left. He didn't really leave his feet, but the defender came over and kind of lifted him off his feet. Kind of a big hit, as that's where you heard the gas from the West Delaware Hawk crowd, as there is a penalty marker down. It's going to be holding against the defense.
All right.
Not too often in high school football do you see holding against the defense, but we have here, as after, see where that spots the ball for West Delaware. There's 2:14 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and West Delaware leading 28-7 here on Brown Field. See, as now the officials getting together and talking over this penalty. Still talking it over. Oh, we got you down there, Bill.
Yeah, I think the holding is actually whoever was on John Nagel, they just grabbed him and threw him down.
Yeah, and you saw it. I didn't.
Yeah, it was right in front of the referee, so it was pretty obvious. He just grabbed him and threw him.
Yeah. So now they're going to spot the ball. Now they're going to move the ball and put it down about the 31-yard line of Solon. So 1st and 10 now for the Hawks. That'll be a 1st down for West Delaware. As the Hawks will come set at the Solon 31, leading 28-7. Reinauer looks to pass, throws the ball up in the air, looking for Nagel, and he overshot him. I think it's probably a good thing that ball was overthrown. I think Nagel got away with a push-off there as it falls incomplete, as Brandon Childs on the coverage for the Spartans, as it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Hawks. 2 minutes and 1 second left to go in quarter number 3, and the Hawks lead 28-7. As the Hawks will come back set, they get the sign in from the play in from the sideline. Coach Ryan King with a headset on stands right next to Coach Wink and calls the plays in. As they're going to run that reverse to Owen Ward, there's a penalty marker down, 25-20 for Ward. as where he's going to be brought down, but a penalty marker on the field as a light show across the way from the Solon student section as they've got their, looks like their camera phones out. Is our side doing it as well? They are. That's neat. Technology at its finest. You put your flashlight away, Aaron. We could take our little light here and do it if we wanted to.
I feel like I'm in an 80s band, heavy metal band concert or something.
Well, I tell you what, it's good that
cigarette lighters.
Good solid lights. Well, now you see him kind of doing the strobe light. As the Hawks, after that penalty, will face a second down and a cab ride to Dundee. 18 to be exact. Reinauer's going to step up. Now he's going to throw it. He's looking downfield. That ball is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Nagel. Nagel had to go on the defense there as Brandon Childs jumped up in front of him, but it falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 18 here for the Hawks.
And Max threw that about 35 yards on the run there, and just if he had about another yard and a half, 2 yards on it, it would have been right on the money to Nagel, because Nagel, obviously, with the 6'6" frame, would have been able to go up and above the defensive back. But nonetheless,
has just got an email into the studio at KMCH. Is Caleb Sparks' dad listening in Colorado tonight? So he says, go Sparks, as he's having a great game here for the Hawks as well. Reinauer will pass. He's got Maloney down the sideline, wide open, into the end zone for the Hawk touchdown from 39 yards out, 39-yard touchdown pass from Reinauer to Maloney. Maloney's first of the night, as his 14th of the season and his career. And that one from 39 yards out, Maloney's first of the night. Reinauer's second passing touchdown of the night. And the Hawks go up 34-7 with 1:29 left to go in the third quarter. And Aaron Toll wanted to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Max Reinauer. Toll's kick is blocked at the line. It was low, but it is no good. 34-7, the Hawks lead it with 1:29 left to go in quarter number 3. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
AK Sports in Manchester offers team apparel, screen printing, hunting and fishing supplies, and more. Get your game on with AK Sports, your local sporting apparel store, and more in Manchester.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Back into Brownfield. Hawks now lead 34-7 with 1:29 left to go in this third quarter, and a great second half for the Hawks here as McGrain's kick is heading near that out-of-bounds skim, and Nate Christensen's going to pick it up and carry it out of bounds at his own 22-yard line, and the Hawks, that's where the Spartans will have it, 1st and 10.
That last touchdown drive, Jamie, by the Hawks, 7 plays, 87 yards. Max Reinauer to Sam Maloney for the 39-yard touchdown pass. Puts the Hawks up now with 1 minute and 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. Puts the Hawks up now 34-7.
So 1st and 10, Solon, ball at their own 22-yard line, trailing the Hawks 34-7. With 1:27 remaining in quarter number 3 is a late arrival onto the defense for the Hawks is John Nagel, and he tips the ball. John Nagel ran onto the field. He didn't have time to get set, and he ran in and deflected Brandon Childs' pass as it falls incomplete. And brings up 2nd and 10.
And that's what, that's the advantage of being 6'6". You can stand up, put your arms up, and
he can come to then he's going to come to the sideline again. Maybe they're going to send him out late again to get in there and see if he can get another pass deflection, as he ran on late, didn't get set, and got right in there. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. As Brandon Childs comes set, looks to pass, quick throw to the right. That's almost deflected, but it falls incomplete as he was looking for Jacob Coons, as Brett Roush was right there on the coverage for the Hawks. It brings up 3rd and 10 with 1:18 left to go in the third quarter, and the Hawks lead 34-7.
And what can you say about this defense, Jamie? You know, the Hawks, once again, looks like the minute to go in this third quarter, you know, just putting everything together. The defense is playing well. The offense has put up 5 touchdowns. Let's get to that fourth and finish this thing out.
Absolutely. Childs looks to throw. He's under pressure, avoids the rush of Brett Roush, but he can't avoid the second one as he's sacked in the backfield by Colin Brown. Brownie gets in there and drops him back at the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of 8 on that play and bring up 4th down and 18 for the Spartans with just under a minute left to go in this third quarter, as Tanner Wessels deep to receive the punt, as is Casey Wenger, as Owen Ward being tended to on the sideline there. He seems to be running okay, but just going to try to save him at this point as they send Wenger out there, as this ball is going to bounce at the 45 of Solon. Just let it go, guys, as they will. Get out of the way, and it'll be dead inside Solon territory at the Spartan 49-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 with 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter in a 34-7 West Delaware lead. And I believe we're going to see what happens here as Tanner Wessels heads out on the field. I believe he's going to be in for Owen Ward, as Max Ridenauer will head out and stay in the game at quarterback. So this Hawk, I tell you what, it's been a great game. You know, Solon kind of got the momentum back right there at the end of the first half by going down and scoring, but the Hawks have played outstanding here in the second half as Ridenauer comes set, 1st and 10. He's going to hand the ball off to Coy Russell, and he's going to carry forward, and he breaks through. He's got it at the 40 down to the 39-yard line of Solon, brought down out there by Tanner Weimer, and that should just about do it. That will do it for our third quarter. As the Hawks lead it 34-7, we'll bring you back for the fourth. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bonecamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services would like to congratulate the West Delaware football team on their winning season. Bonecamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester, proud to support the West Delaware Hawks football team and wish them continued success.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank, with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Benton. Your vision is our primary focus.
For over a century, Anderson has been helping families make their homes brighter, more comfortable, and more beautiful. They do it by making quality windows and doors, setting the bar high and raising it day after day, year after year, making Anderson the leader in doors and windows. Contact local vendor Delhi Lumber at 922-2404 for all of your window needs. Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson Windows dealer, has big town quality with small town service.
Back into Brown Field, the Hawks give the ball on the reverse. The end around, this time it's Tanner Wessels, as he's going to pick up enough for a West Delaware first down, and the Hawks continue to move the ball. They lead it 34-7 here in the fourth quarter as they bring it down to the 26 of Solon. Just a little stat update from Bill Logan there in that last break. Coy Russell with 229 rushing yards in this game, as they're going to give it to him once again here as the Hawks have it, as he's going to carry forward down to the 21-yard line of Solon. A pick up a 5, brings up 2nd down and 5 here for the Hawks as they are deep in Solon territory with 11:20 left to go in this fourth quarter and a 34-7 West Delaware lead.
Yeah, and you can tell Coy's getting the ball now, and he's just trying to find wherever he can pick up the biggest chunks of yards. It's all about just tacking on the yardage now.
Has a quick pass out to the left for the Hawks. Is going to be caught out there by Kelly. He's going to be driven down around the 16-yard line as he's going to be run out of bounds by Bo Black. As we take a look at some scores of interest anyway. Webster City leads 14-6. That's a second quarter score over Boynton Hall Rock Valley. As a very exciting game down in Cedar Rapids tonight, as the give is to Wessels again on that end around. He's got it at the 15. That's going to be good for a West Delaware first down, as it was 3rd and 2 at the 18. As Bo Black runs him out of bounds once again, but it'll be a West Delaware first down. Decorah leading Cedar Rapids Xavier in the fourth quarter, 24-21. As we'll keep an eye on that one, as again, we don't know where the Hawks' next round game will be. There's some ideas of where it could be, but we'll have to wait and see. You can never outguess the state, that's for sure. As they're going to give to Wessels again, same play, and this time he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Is coming up and putting the first hit on him there was Tyler Linderbaum. And I'm not sure, did he get back to the line of scrimmage or not? But, it's a possibility. If Decorah wins tonight, the Hawks could host the Vikings right here on Brown Field. If Xavier comes back and wins that game, Cedar Rapids Xavier could come here. If Xavier could go to Assumption and play Davenport, or or host Davenport, I guess it would be. As the Hawks will hand off to Coy Russell up the middle, as he's going to pick up a couple. That was a 2nd down and 10, as Wessels on that last carry didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. How much time was left in that? 8 minutes left to go in that Decorah Xavier game. So we'll keep an eye on that one. A 4-yard gain by Russell brings up 3rd down and 6. They're going to give to him once again. He's going to be wrapped up immediately as he goes through the middle to Trevor Nelson. And now Decorah is at the Xavier 13-yard line. So
oh my God.
The Vikings are driving once again, already up 24-21 and about to go in for another score. As here, the Hawks face a 4th and 12, and I believe we're going to see Coach Toll come on to attempt his first field goal of the season. This one would be from 25 yards out. The snap is good. The hold is there, and it is good. Drilled it from 25 yards out. Aaron Toll puts the Hawks up 37-7 with 9 minutes remaining in the ball game. And with that, we will take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCA Sports.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply free checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at csbiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Jude's Cafe in Manchester would like to congratulate the West Delaware football team on a fantastic season. Jude's Cafe is open 7 days a week and serves breakfast and noon lunch. Best of luck to the West Delaware football team from everyone at Jude's Cafe in Manchester. Go Hawks!
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Back into Brown Field. The Hawks get set to kick off. It is McGrain. Kick will be taken at the 20-yard line. This is going to be Nate Christensen, and he's got some room down the sideline, and he got hit hard as Kyle McGrain, the kicker, as you could hear it all over the place, how big that hit was, as McGrain put a hit on Christensen. And as the Hawks lead it here, 37-7.
That last scoring drive, Jamie, by the Hawks, 8 plays, 40 yards, took 3 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. Aaron Toll with the 25-yard field goal puts the Hawks up now 37-7.
As they're going to hand off, the Spartans are going to hand off up the middle, off to the left side goes the running back there, as that was Lawson. Spencer Lawson, the senior running back for the Spartans, is going to carry it. As Ryan DeSoto in on the stop for the Hawks, as the Spartans have it up to the 43, of their own 43, gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4. 8:25 left to go in this ball game. A quick pass out to the right side. It's Grayson Dahl, and that pass falls incomplete as he can't come up with it, as Matt McMahon on the coverage for the Hawks. So again, Aaron, this defense of West Delaware is just, I tell you what, it's really done what it's done its thing here these last few weeks, and they did it again here tonight. It just allowed that 7 touchdown right before half, but have been solid here in the second half. As this is going to be Childs, looks to pass. He's going down the field. He's got a man out there, and that's intercepted. It's Casey Wenger. There's a penalty marker down as Wenger streaks up the sideline. He's got it down into Solon territory to the 40, but a penalty marker down at the West Delaware 25. Pass was intended for Dalston Halston Durr, excuse me.
Coach Wink, if he hears it's on us, he's...
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think they're going to like this call. As I didn't see it. And Coach Coates is saying the same thing. It's going to be pass interference against the Hawks. The coaching staff is beside themselves here on the sideline as they don't agree with that call, but
I don't know, Jamie. I mean, that's the second time that's happened. And the first one you said that you saw a push, so I can take that. This one here, he had inside position. He had everything. He did everything perfect. Wenger did everything he needed to get that ball. Oh, man.
An update from Cedar Rapids. Decorah scores from 6 yards out to go up 30 to 21. Excuse me, the extra point was blocked, so 30 to 21. Decorah leading Xavier with about 4 minutes left to go in that ball game. 7 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in this ball game, and a first down run goes nowhere. 2nd down and 10 here for the Spartans as they have it at the West Delaware 42 after that pass interference call. So Decorah, as we said, if they beat Xavier, there's a good chance that the Vikings could come here on Friday night.
I think better than good chance. I think it's probably
I'm not sure where else you could send them and save everybody else. This ball's almost intercepted as that ball was tipped at the line and then almost picked off by Kyle McGrain, who's had a great game here tonight. But it's going to fall to the ground and bring up 3rd down and 10. Update from Anamosa tonight. Anamosa leading Williamsburg 35 to 14 with 11:04 left to go in that ball game. As a pick 6 for Schulte from Anamosa puts the Raiders up 35-14. Now Childs under pressure. Brett Roush applies that pressure, and it's going to be. We're going to have a penalty. It should be intentional grounding as nobody was in the area. Brett Roush came and applied the pressure for the Hawks. And it was 3rd and 10. And this should be an intentional grounding penalty against the Spartans, and it is. As Childs threw that, there was nobody in the area.
And it's a loss of down.
It is a loss of down, so it'll be 4th down and long here for the Spartans.
Quiet over
Oh, the West Delaware crowd is still late in this ball game. Just soaking it all in. They're letting their voices be heard.
They're loving it.
Man, this is fun. I love football. I love playoff football. I love high school football. I love high school.
70 degrees.
I was gonna just say that. I love high school football on the first Monday in November, and it's still above 55 degrees at 9 o'clock at night. You gotta love it. 7:23 left to go in this ball game. The Hawks lead 37-7 as the Solon Spartans face a 4th and 20. It looks like they're going to punt it away as the Hawks receive this one. And it's going to be Tanner Wessels is going to return it. And he's going to pick it up at about the 24-yard line and brings it out to the 26, 27-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 27. It'll be 1st and 10 Hawks. There is a penalty marker on the field back at the Solon 41-yard line. As we'll see what this is going to be. It's going to be holding against the Hawks. So we'll see what they do with this penalty. As I tell you what, Steve Wallace and his crew have been busy here, especially in this second half. So I believe they're going to assess that at the end of the return by Tanner Wessels. They're going to back it up to the West Delaware 17-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start with it, 1st and 10.
And Jamie, just looking the last 5 possessions for Solon, 4 punts and a turnover on down. So what more can you say about that defense?
As the run here is Jared Helly. As he carries the ball for a pickup of 1, brings up 2nd down and 9, as the Hawks will try to run out some time here. As the Hawks get the next play in from the sideline. As we'll update some scores here as this 4th quarter continues to wind down. As quarterback in for the Hawks is Tanner Wessels. And some confusion with the exchange there. When they're going to lose yards on that, it's going to be back to about the 13-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down here for the Hawks, 3rd and long. As Sergeant Bluff Luton leading Carroll 55-41 in the 3rd quarter.
They were down 35-0?
I believe so.
Wow.
I thought that was one of our earlier scores. Is that 8-man or is that 3-8? Because I'm starting to wonder. Pella leads Creston 52-20 in the 4th quarter. Wessels is going to keep it himself here. And he's going to be dropped back at the 5-yard line. So this drive for the Hawks has not gone well, as it's going to mark him down at the 6-yard line. Loss of 6 on that play will bring up 4th down and 21 for the Hawks with 5:40 left to go in this ball game. As we mentioned, Anamosa leading Williamsburg 35-14. That game in the 4th quarter. As Assumption has defeated Maquoketa tonight 48-0, the final score in that one. As it's going to be Ridenauer to punt this thing away for the Hawks. Halston Durr is going to go pick it up and drop it at his own 40, or at the West Delaware 45. Now he's trying to go laterally across the field, and he's going to bring it up. They're down to the 43 of West Delaware, and that should be a flag, absolutely. There's a lot going on there. Let's see who that was for the Hawks, as that was Sam Johnson was going and making a block, and Cole Fritz come over and just jumped on top of him after that play was over, or near the end of that play. They're going to move the chains. We certainly hope that's against the Spartans. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Spartans. Yeah. As you know, that's the one thing. You know, Sam Johnson's one of the starters for the Hawks on offense. So, you know, you don't want to see any of the Hawks getting hurt in this point, as they're more than likely going to advance into the quarterfinals as they lead 37-7 over Solon right now, with 5:11 left to go in this ball game. As new quarterback is going to be Blaine Griffiths, as he's going to pass to Grayson Dull, and he's going to bring it up. They started that drive at their own 42, as Grayson Dull is going to bring it up to the 46-yard line. Be a pickup of 4. We'll bring up 2nd down and 6. As Xavier still trying to come back. They have it at the Decorah 16-yard line right now, and that ball's tipped up in the air and is going to fall to the ground as Eric Vasky jumped up and knocked that one away. It's going to be a legal shift. I didn't see the penalty marker, but it's going to be a legal shift against the Spartans, and the Hawks will back them up. So 4th and 5, Xavier has it at the Decorah 16 with 2:14 left to go. They're going to line up for a field goal, as it was 30-21. That would make it 30-24. as Decora's Marshall Johnson blocks that 33-yard field goal attempt. Decora gets the ball back with 2:08 left to go in that ball game, and they have it as Decora will take over. So looking for another upset is Decora. They knocked off fifth-ranked Independence last week, looking to knock off the tied for second place ranked team in Class 3 and Xavier tonight. Griffith looks to pass, and he's going to be sacked. Caleb Sparks on the sack for the Hawks. There's 2 penalty markers on the field with 4:31 left to go in this ball game. It's going to be holding against the Spartans. It's going to be declined by the Hawks. So it was 2nd and 11. As that's going to be a big loss there, back to the 35-yard line. Loss of 6 there will bring up 2nd down and 17 here for Solon. At their own 35-yard line, 37-7 is our score. West Delaware leading Solon with 4.5 left to go in this ball game. I'd like to see a penalty-free 4.5 minutes here, Aaron.
Absolutely.
This is starting to drag on a little bit. They're going to pitch out to Spencer Lawson on the right side is Blaze Griffiths, and he's going to get hit. But he carries it up to the Solon 47-yard line. And he's going to be short of the first down. They need about 5 or 6 yards to get the first down here as Matt McMahon makes a stop for the Hawks. Clock continues to run. It'll be 4th and 5, Solon. Ball at their own 47-yard line.
Well, and I think Jamie, and under 4 minutes to go now. I think this one's pretty much in the books, and you can. A lot of the starters are out, so good night for the Hawks.
Spartans will pass. They throw a quick pass out to Spencer Lawson. He's got some room as he's going to break free. He cuts back at the 35, down near the 20s, stumbling a little, and finally going to run down as Brady Antones and Sam Maloney bring him down inside West Delaware territory, down to the 14 of West Delaware. So a nice pitch and catch there from Blaze Griffiths to Spencer Lawson.
Well, he earned all those yards. He started on this near side, then ended up cutting it all the way back to pick up that big gain. So, nice job there.
Spartans will come set. 1st and 10. The give is off to the right side. This time it's going to be Dylan Diltz as he's going to carry it down. Nice gain there by Diltz down to the West Delaware 9-yard line. Gain of 7 there will bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Spartans. 3 minutes left to go in this ball game, and the Hawks still ahead 37-7 as Griffiths comes set. Diltz behind him in the backfield. Griffiths will throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run himself. He's got it down inside the 5. He's going to be hit hard as Brady Antones, Troy Monahan combine on that stop for the Hawks. Ryan DeSoto also in the vicinity for the Hawks. So tonight in that ball game down in Cedar Rapids, Decora has 2 guys with over 100 yards rushing, as Garrett Weiss has 114 and Zach Lee with 106. As that game nears the completion, Blaze Griffiths will go in from 3 yards out and put the Spartans on the board once again, as it's now 37-13. A 3-yard touchdown run for Blaze Griffiths makes the score 37-13 in favor of West Delaware with 2:38 left to go in this 4th quarter.
And just a little bit too late for Solon though tonight with this defense that the Hawks put out there, Jamie. Just a, good drive there by Solon, but in total, it's just been it's been the Hawks' night tonight, and so the Hawks are gonna advance, and depending on what the final is on the Decora Xavier game and a couple other games in the state, we'll know where the Hawks are going later on.
Extra point by Brandon Childs is good, as the Hawks lead 37-14, 2:38 left to go 4th quarter. We'll take it break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
Hi, this is Jamie Vaskey at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at Farmers Savings Bank or FDIC.
Back here in Manchester, 37-14, West Delaware leads. Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Plain, Bill Logan back with you, along with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker tonight, not only running the boards for us this evening, but updating that KMCH scoreboard, as a scoreboard shows that West Delaware is leading 37-14, and we like that, as this kick is going to be returned by the Hawks. I didn't see who. I believe it was Casey Wenger. It was Wenger taking Dylan Doyle's kick, as we will tell you real quick that Decorah has gotten a first down, and the clock is under a minute. Xavier has no timeouts remaining, and that will do it. Decorah is going to win that football game 30-19 or 30-21. 30-21. Decorah is going to win that ball game and knock off for the second straight week. Last week they knocked off number 5 Independence in the first round. This week they knock off number 2 Cedar Rapids Xavier. Could be a possible matchup for the Hawks next week as Wessels fakes the handoff to Jared Helle. He's going to cut back at the 35, run down at the 36-yard line. That's coming up and making the stop there with Zachary Melcher. And it's going to be a gain of 3 there. Brings up second down and 7. 2:12 left to go, fourth quarter. Hawks leading 37-14. So, looking geographically, Decorah, you would think would have to come here to West Delaware. Either way, I think the Hawks probably play at home because Davenport Assumption with a victory tonight could come here. I don't know. They may play Pella. They may play Pella in that game Friday night. Wessel's going to take it again, and he's going to bring it across up to the 42-yard line. He's going to be short of a first down. I'm going to bring up 3rd and 1.
And, the other, Jamie, too, is how far is Decorah from Webster City? I know they're both in the northern part of the state. Is that an option? Probably not, because
Webster City's right off of Highway 20.
Yeah.
Just about to Fort Dodge. I'm not sure if it's. I think it's short of Fort Dodge
by a little bit. I think.
As minute 10 left to go in this ball game. As Wessels is going to keep it himself once again. Has it at the 45. He's going to be run down at about the 41 of Solon. Nice run there by Tanner Wessels as he's brought out of bounds by Dylan Diltz. And it's going to be a first down. 1st and 10, West Delaware. With a minute left to go in this ball game. And 37-14 lead for the Hawks as the Hawks will take a knee with a minute left to go. And I get it off. I believe they did. As the clock will run here, 45 seconds left to go, and the Hawks will advance with a 37-14 victory over Solon tonight. So the Spartans will fall to 6-5 on the year. The Hawks will go to 11-0 for the first time since 2005, and only the 3rd time in school history. The Hawks move to 11-0. As the Hawks take the final knee, and that will do it. They're going to win it 37-14. And move on to face an opponent yet to be named. The likely scenario is the Hawks should play here Friday night against Decorah right here on Brown Field. We'll wait. The state should have it pretty well.
Midnight, probably.
Midnight. They had it last time at about 20 after 11 was when the pairings came out last Wednesday. So we'll get it figured out, but we'll let you know. You'll hear it tomorrow morning on KMCH Sports Report. But the Hawks win it tonight 37-14 as we will take a break, hopefully catch up with Bill Logan and Coach Doug Winkowicz here before we send you on your way down to Anamosa on this Friday night. You're listening to West Delaware Football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Biofield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Biofield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Does your athlete have knee, ankle, or muscle pain from training hard? Are you looking for a simple, quick, and safe way to relieve that pain? Long-Term Medical Supply can help with their new non-prescription TENS device. Stop by the Long-Term Medical Supply location in downtown Manchester and relieve your athlete's pain today.
Whatever your favorite sport, we know you will join Parrott Insurance and Grinnell Mutual in supporting all of our local athletes. Parrott Insurance is proud to be part of this community and looks forward to all of the sports action this year. If you want a strong insurance team working for you, call Parrott Insurance today for a quote from Grinnell Mutual and experience our policy of working together.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Sheer Magic has 3 full-time stylists and a nail tech, plus airbrush makeup, making them your full-service salon in Manchester. Sheer Magic is accepting new clients and walk-ins are welcome. Come into Sheer Magic today at 813 East Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-4120 to make your appointment today. Go Hawks!
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team, the Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager of Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at 4browns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. First, your partner in growth solutions.
Are you looking for great food in a unique atmosphere? Then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
Bonacamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services would like to congratulate the West Delaware football team on their winning season. Bonacamp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester, proud to support the West Delaware Hawks football team and wish them continued success.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered.
With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Jude's Cafe in Manchester would like to congratulate the West Delaware football team on a fantastic season. Jude's Cafe is open 7 days a week and serves breakfast and noon lunch. Best of luck to the West Delaware football team from everyone at Jude's Cafe in Manchester. Go Hawks!
At Telke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TelkeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Telke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Back in at Brownfield, Hawks victorious tonight, 37-14. They knocked off Solon for the second year in a row. Back in 2012, the Hawks went to Solon. Sorry, back in 2013, the Hawks went to Solon and lost that game down to the Spartans in Solon. Last year, they came here, and the Hawks won 28-14. This year, the Hawks victorious 37-14 as Bill Logan's down on that Hawks sideline there. As Bill, that's a good one to get away from with a win, especially the way things looked at halftime. Just a 7-point lead at the half. Solon took the momentum into halftime, but that Hawk defense, offense, you name it, they did a great job in that second half.
Well, that defense was just outstanding again. Again, hats off to Coach Coates and all the time and effort that he puts in, and then gets these kids to respond to his schemes. And Solon, they just couldn't get anything going tonight. They rushed the ball 27 times for 47 yards, so not even 2 yards to carry. Just an outstanding effort. 16 out of 28 passing between the two quarterbacks, 174 yards, so 221 yards of offense, at 116 at halftime, so 105 in the second half, but 39 of them on that one play late in the game on that little scramble. So, just a tremendous job. Game ball got given to Coy Russell tonight for setting the records, 240 yards in a playoff game. He's got just dang near every score. I think he said he's only got one left to get, and that's got to get the season touchdowns, and he's going to have another opportunity Friday night to get that. Offensively for the Hawks tonight, 48 rushes for 338 yards. Coy Russell with 240. Owen Ward, 4 carries for 46 yards. So that little wingback reverse was a dynamite play tonight as well. 5 out of 12 passing for 80 yards, 418 yards of offense. And we only had 159 at halftime. So, they more than doubled that in the second half. And, such a big momentum swing there. They got the ball that first possession there. The Hawks got him over on downs, and then one play, boom, touchdown. Held him again, one play, touchdown. Man, that game was over at that point. That momentum really switched.
Absolutely. As and we were kind of talking in the break how you can't try to outguess the state and what they're going to do. We have an idea of what they might do, but we really have no idea as we get head coach Doug Winkowicz hooked up. And coach, heading into halftime, 14-7. Solon got that score right before half, and they took the momentum into halftime. What did you say to the kids at halftime to just try to get them, just let that one go and come back out and play football?
I didn't really say much, honestly. We just made a little tweak here or there with the offensive line and praised the defense for doing such an outstanding job. And really just the message was really just to execute. I mean, we scored two of our first 3 drives, and then on the fourth one there just got hung up with a penalty. And I think we kind of got a little tired there. We had the tempo going a little bit there in the second quarter. And I think we got a little tired. So, I tell you what, though, our defense came up big, and our O-line in the third quarter there, boy, when you can get Coy a seam like that and he sees it, he's pretty tough.
Well, that defense, you mentioned how good they played, and they were on the field quite a bit there with those 2 one-play drives, and still were able to show that the pace that you guys are used to running, and they were able to keep that up throughout that third quarter.
Yeah, you got a team like that we got a lot of respect for that program, and we held them to 27 yards rushing. So, I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment. I just thrilled at how good our kids are up front. We just don't give much between the tackles, and I thought our secondary kids did a nice job as well. And putting the pressure on the quarterback like that, it sure makes life easier for them.
Well, Coy Russell got a game ball tonight, and I'll touch briefly on this as he broke Alex Boom's single-season rushing record. We had Alex Boom on with us at halftime last week, and it had Tony Marbach, two guys that were very crucial to that record in 2005. And Alex said that he hopes he breaks it. He just wants to see the next guy succeed, and that's a very special kid in Coy Russell.
You know, we have had some absolutely tremendous running backs through here, and boy, I tell you what, Coy's special. I mean, he's got that whole nother gear. He's got great vision, and you know what, you got to give credit to those old linemen tonight. They did a tremendous job of getting that push.
Well, Coach, depending on who you play next week, best of luck to you guys, and congrats on the win tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Delaware head coach Doug Winkowicz here in the post game as the Hawks win 37-14 over Solon tonight as Bill Logan rejoins us here. And I tell you what, Bill and Aaron, I'm so happy that we don't have to make our Hawkeye predictions yet tonight. We've got 3 more days until we have to think about a Hawkeye prediction again. Swish gave me his just to have it because he's going to be gone.
He doesn't get a do-over either.
You know, he doesn't. That's his official pick. But before you, I mean, is he thinking Iowa and Indiana are playing basketball with that score, or what's the? I don't know. We'll talk about that Friday because we don't have to worry about it now, which is a great thing. That means the Hawks advanced to Friday, depending on where they're going to be. But Bill, that was a dominating second half for sure, and that's what we've become used to seeing in the Hawks throughout this season.
Well, it was a dominating 3.5 quarters. I mean, the only time Solon really got anything going was that last drive right before half, and they got a couple penalties and then that one call, little questionable call that went their way, and they took advantage of it. So, I mean, you got to give them credit for that. You know, they had that momentum, and they could have easily swung this thing around. They were only down 14-7.5. They had the ball. If they could have finished that drive in that first possession of the third quarter and tied it up, you know, this is a whole different ball game. But, you know, that defense, that offensive line, the defensive line, those linemen, you know, I've said it for years in high school football especially, but all football, if you control the line of scrimmage, you're going to have a great game. I don't care if it's offense, defense, whatever. You control that line of scrimmage, and good things are going to happen. And for the last 3-4 games, you know, those linemen have really, really stepped up. And, you know, guys aren't running against us. We are running the ball at will against some very good teams. You know, so, you know, they don't get any stats anywhere. You know, so we got to heap every bit of credit we can on those guys. And boy, oh boy, did they come through again tonight.
Well, and one of the things, too, Bill, that I think is great is, you know, the Hawks played a really good game up in Decorah, beat Decorah, come back, and they just, you know, absolutely dominate Benton. They play again tonight, come out in the third quarter and really, you know, flex their muscles. I think, you know, you get playing like this, you want to keep playing. Okay, who we playing next? And the beauty of the Iowa high school playoffs is you played Wednesday night, you play Monday night, and now you come back again and you play right back here on Friday night. These kids are probably like, keep it coming. We want to keep playing. And so it probably plays into the Hawks' favor.
Well, especially if we can play another home game. That is tremendously huge. You know, the student section down here, these guys are loud and crazy down here. I mean, you can definitely tell that they're in the game.
That's probably why we couldn't hear you half the game.
Well, that might have been.
It
I
might
need
be
to stop
too loud
down at that end or something. But, you know, great crowd on a Monday night. You know, and hats off to that West Delaware Hawk crowd for being here and supporting this team and being loud and showing all the things. Hey, Clayton, there's one of them. And, you know, they just do a tremendous job of backing these kids, and these kids just feed off of that. And, you know, it's just a total community support and just, you know, good things are happening.
So what do you want to talk about tonight since we don't have to make a prediction tonight? We got till Friday. Anamosa is going to play Friday as well. Maybe we're not going to make any predictions on Anamosa. I tell you, let's talk about.
Did Anamosa win?
They did. Anamosa won tonight. We could make predictions on whether John Swisher, how bad he wants to see his Blue Raiders play on Friday, because he's already He's already driving out with his dad on Thursday, but maybe he may have to broadcast a game. He said he'd have a tough decision to make if Anamosa won tonight.
It might be. He's going to tell you and me it's a tough decision, but there's only one he's going. He's going to Indiana.
Well, he's going to do both. He's going to do both, but it's a 2:30 kickoff, so he doesn't have to be there. So your prediction is what?
He's got a private jet.
No,
That ain't going to happen.
Okay, so Bill says no. What are you saying? We're making our predictions on John Swisher tonight.
He ain't going to Anamosa. He's going down. He's going to Bloomington.
He's
All
going
right.
to Bloomington.
I'm pulling for my boy Swisher. He is going to broadcast the Anamosa game.
Have we really been relegated to predicting whether or not John Swisher is going to broadcast in Anamosa?
Hey, let's predict the weather tomorrow.
Hey, 70 degrees, baby. 70 degrees.
It's going to be awesome.
Let's see what the weather's going to be Friday when you're down on the sideline, wherever it may be.
Real guys will be down here on the sideline.
You'll be wet, too.
No, it'll be over with by noon.
All right.
The ground will be damp, but everything else is going to be A1.
Buddy boy, we will talk to you Friday night.
It's going to be exciting.
Great game tonight. Great job, and we'll continue it on Friday.
You betcha, Bill.
Bill Logan down on the West Delaware sideline joining us again, as he always does, as the Hawks come away victorious tonight, 37-14. John's going to love hearing that we were predicting whether or not he's going to be at that game. But somebody will be at that game. I can tell the listeners right now, if you're an Anamosa Raider fan, somebody will be at that game broadcasting. Absolutely. Somebody will be there for sure as the Anamosa Blue Raiders victorious tonight. As we tell you about the scores, is Webster City, that was still a second quarter score over Boyden Hall Rock Valley, 14-6. In the fourth quarter, Sergeant Bluff Luton led Carroll 65-41. Pella defeats Creston tonight 52-27. Dallas Center Grimes over Ballard 31-7. Decorah defeats Xavier, pulled the second upset in a row, 30-21. Davenport Assumption over Macokota, 48-0. Anamosa defeats Williamsburg tonight, 42-14. The final. Spirit Lake defeats Esterville Lincoln Central, 49-20. North Fayette Valley over Hampton Dumont tonight, 52-28. Albia defeats Mid Prairie, 42-0. As that was a second quarter score. I know there's an updated score on Central Lee and Mount Vernon. Not sure what it was. Central Lee led Mount Vernon 14-0 in the second quarter, but I did look, and Mount Vernon kicked a field goal to take a lead in the second half of that game. We'll get that score for you. New Hampton falls to South Tama tonight, 49-0, and Waukon is over Applington Parkersburg tonight, 42-21. The final. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. We'd like to thank the sponsors of West Delaware football on KMCH, all 43 of them, as well as our extra 3 playoff football sponsors here. Without them, this broadcast would not be possible. I'd like to thank Janelle Tucker, running the board for us this evening. News director Janelle Tucker just doing a great job updating that KMCH scoreboard as well, so we appreciate her. I want to thank you, the listeners, most of all, because we certainly enjoy bringing you great West Delaware football week in and week out here, especially as we move into the playoffs, into the quarterfinal round on Friday night. For my partners, Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from Brownfield in Manchester, Iowa. Once again, the final, the West Delaware Hawks 37, the Solon Spartans 14. Stay tuned for the area online and playback game of the week here on KMCH as Anamosa looks to stay unbeaten as they host Williamsburg. And with the call of that game, we've got the Anamosa trio as we've got, along with Kevin Barnes and Brett McNamara. Here's KMCH Sports Director and 2001 Anamosa grad, John Swisher. You're listening to West Delaware Football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And welcome back into Downing Field here at Anamosa. The coin toss coming up here with this mainly Macokota.
Thanks, Janelle. Bye-bye.
From Davenport, Money Days from